Oh! Guys, if the Wi-Fi is really bad to start off with, I'm sorry about that. It will sort itself out very soon. Just bear with it at the moment. It does this at the beginning of the show, and then it sorts itself out. I don't know why it does this, but it does this. We're here to review the Arsenal-Chelsea game, 5-0 on the night. Got absolutely toasted. Ignore the camera settings at the moment. It will sort itself out. It does this to start with all the time. I don't know why it does this. Might be because I've got so much uploaded, guys, but the Wi-Fi will sort itself out in about 5 minutes. Guys, lots to get into, lots to discuss. Smash the likes. Let's cue the intro. Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV and Chelsea Fan TV for this match review between... Yeah, it will do. It will do. It always starts off like this. I don't know why it does that, guys. I'm sorry, but when I start shows, it starts like this. So I'm just going to make myself a bit smaller for now so you can hear me. But yeah, it will in about 5-10 minutes recoup itself. It just does this at the beginning at the moment on StreamYard. It keeps doing it, but it will clear up. Guys, smash the likes. We've got a lot to talk about. It is going to be a run, unfortunately. We're going to have to get into things. We are going to talk about the players. The players will get discussed later on. We've got the panel to join us as well. We need to talk about the big issue in the room. All right, yeah, we know the recruitment is a question mark, the board, etc., etc. But we have to talk about Pochettino. I'm sorry, we have to. It has to be where we start the show today, because from what we saw yesterday to the setup, to the game plan, to the plan B, to the problem solving, the idea, to everything that a manager, and I keep stressing about this, should be doing, he doesn't show it. He just doesn't show any competence to be able to, to show, like, that he's got an idea, a game plan, a problem solving idea. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And we're going to get into it because it's absolutely dire. And I'm over the edge with it now. I'm over the edge with it because he's not earning. He is so naive. It is ridiculous. And yes, the players performed so poor yesterday. And I understand. We all know that. We all understand this. No, the players were poor, guys. I get that. But however, he does not help the matter. He does not help the matter. He doesn't help himself. He continues doing this. He has this naive way of seeing things. He would, he's so dumb. Yeah, this is how dumb he is, right? He's so dumb, and we're going to get into it because I've got so many tabs. We're going to go through these comments in a minute. He's so dumb, right, that for the last 2-3 games, we've been playing a defensive pair of Chalobah and Silva, who, funny enough, ain't going to be here next season. But guess what? Still at the moment, out in terms of chemistry, the two that actually are performing the best, drops them in a big game against Arsenal, where we have the opportunity to have an effect against their chances of winning the title, and decides to start a player that's been just shit, absolutely crap. Yeah, let's not even cut corners. A player that's been crap pretty much most of the season, in and out of injuries, and Disassi, who it just fell off form. I don't know where he's gone. He's just disappeared in his own mind. But they both haven't been playing that much in recent time, and we decided to go back into that. So rather than having just one fucking problem, or two, actually, with Gusto and Palmer out, yeah, he decides the best way around it, in all of it, in his opinion, is to add more problems. Let me put more problems into the team, and we're going to get into it all. And this is why, if you ask any of the panel when they come in, right, later on in the show today, if you ask any of the panel when they come in, I was fuming in the group chat yesterday. As soon as I saw that lineup, and it wasn't to do because Palmer and Gusto weren't there. I knew it was going to be hard days. It's the fact that he decided to accumulate more problems with the defensive side of things. We needed to be strong defensively yesterday. We needed the structure We needed it to stay as it has been. But no. Guess what Pochettino has to do? You know, I'll do this, I'll do that. You know, like someone that has no clue about what he's doing. You know, we're going to get into some of these tabs, right? And we're going to talk about the game more in detail. Because while I go through these tabs, it will fall into the game as well. So we're going to talk about the game and also the tab. And we will be talking about the players. Don't worry. This isn't just about the Pochettino saga, which actually it is, to be quite honest with you, to a degree. But also, we're going to be talking about the players as well. He questions the club strategy, saying the club needs to come up with smarter strategies and inconsistency is inevitable with such a young team. The results increase the scrutiny on Pochettino, who will hold talks with Chelsea officials at the end of the season amid uncertainty over his future at the club. I know we've only got X amount of games to come up, but the next one, Villa, away, isn't it? Or at home? I can't remember. I think we're away. I wouldn't have been shocked if we sacked him. In fact, I think we should have sacked him, to be quite honest with you, based on that performance alone. And it's not just this performance. We lost 4-1 to Liverpool away in the same manner. Actually, incidentally, this was the worst. This was the worst manner to this team out of every team that we've come up against. You go and play and set us up like that. It's about the club strategy. Fair enough. We can talk about the Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart argument of them bringing in players that are maybe too young, inexperienced, whatever. Yeah, I get all that. Yeah, I can understand that from a point. Yeah. Then he says that they need to be smarter and inconsistencies inevitable with such a young team. Yeah, he's right. Inconsistency is inevitable with such a young team. But guess what? Our coach, in fact, our coach implodes more problems on top of that. He implodes more problems in game. His job is solely to find a way to make this team tick. Thomas Tuchel done it, right, when he came in and made it work. He should have done the same thing. And yes, we're missing a lot of players that maybe would have started for us yesterday. Yeah, whatever. I get that. But there's no excuse that he couldn't have set us up in a structural way, from what we've seen in the last couple of games, in a specific way where we are hard to break down and play on the counter, like we were saying yesterday. We tried to play on the counter here and there, but he went back to his same old crap ways with his systems. We had spaces everywhere across the pitch. They were passing balls in between us like nothing. Their midfield wasn't even worried about what was behind them. Their midfield, Arsenal, wasn't worried about what was even behind them. Partey and Rice were playing so high up. The first point of person they were looking at was our defence, 4, and 1 fucking midfielder who was receiving the ball. But guess what? Enzo and Gallagher are all the way up the other end of the pitch, scattered like Skittles everywhere. Mudryk decided to play as a DM yesterday, which I'm going to show you later. DM Mudryk. Yeah, I've never seen anything like it. DM. He was probably the only one who, when he received the ball, tried to do anything. And Jackson, as good as we always say he is at holding the ball and whatever, guess what? Even though we were well behind, still has these bozo genes in him. What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? And he wants to use excuses. He wants to use excuses. All right, then majority of it's not even excuses. Some of it is true in what he's saying. But he doesn't look at himself. He doesn't. He doesn't go, do you know what? Yeah, I kind of set us up wrong. And, you know, I got him to play in a certain way, which was ineffective. And, you know, I didn't really have a plan. But no, he doesn't. And this is what I'm saying. He doesn't take accountability, right? He doesn't notice things that do not work. He's naive. He's got to be a real shit coach if he can play one way where it's working and then the next minute change things with no game plan and let everyone just do what they're going to do on the pitch, which is what we did yesterday, by the way. What was our style of play? What was our patterns of play? What was our patterns of play yesterday? Can someone explain to me? What was our idea? I know they scored early. We went 1-0 behind. Shit, by the way. We're going to get into that in a second. But what was it that we was actually trying to do with the ball? Does anyone see it? Does anyone see the triangles or I don't know, like a structure where the midfield and defence are all getting up together and moving structurally, forwards, backwards, balanced. Like, what are we doing? Other than just taking risks all the time. Our system is called risk-taking football FC. Risk-taking. It's a risk-taking system. That's what it is. We're just risk-takers. And he moans about consistencies and these players being inconsistent and losing games inevitably. But guess what? His risk-taking system that he keeps setting up on these players to play is one of the big reasons that why they were suffering. And to be quite honest with you, yesterday, right, most of them, I would say, most of them didn't even want to play for the team. They didn't want to play for him, actually, not the team. They didn't want to play for him. There was no energy. There was no passion. There was nothing. They were done with him. I saw a team done with him. You want my truth? Honest truth? I saw a team done with this. They were fed up with what they were being asked to do. The risk-taking, you know, receiving balls and having no one around you and having to beat one or two players and play an amazing ball over the top. They were fed up. I could see it in their performances. They didn't want to be there. They didn't want to be playing in that time. Even the players didn't even look like they didn't want to play in that system. Tell. It was shit. And we ain't finished yet. We ain't finished. We've got so many tabs to go through. I can't even explain. I wish this Wi-Fi would sort itself out. It's doing my nutting now. Sort yourself out, mate. 1 second. Pochettino. If we want to be in a different position next season, we need to take decisions. Europe, it's difficult to see how the future now. We will feel disappointed. If we compete like Saturday versus it's okay. If we compete like we did today, we don't deserve to go to Europe. Yeah. And stop. You know what the biggest problem in all of this is? Do you know what the biggest problem in all of this comments here? Oh, I'll tell you. Keep saying we. No, there's no we here, brother. There's no we here. I'm sorry. You had 2 chances at a cup. You flopped it. Poch fraud style. Yeah? Okay? And all right, the players fucking let you down on the last one. I get that. Yeah? Right? But you do not get European football, right? I don't care what injuries we've got. If you can't get you any type of European football with what we've got right now, you go. He has to go. In fact, doing what he did yesterday with Arsenal, he should be gone. I'm over the edge of it now. I've always sitting. I never wanted the guy in the first place. Forever's watched my shows for as long as I've said. I've given my reasons why I didn't want this guy. Big reasons why. And he's just come and proved me right. I want us to be proved wrong. I don't want us to suffer. I want us to win. I'm fed up with seeing this. I'm fed up. I'm fed up of it. None of them want to play for him, guys. None of them want to play for him. And then when you look at the stats yesterday, yeah, this is disgusting. This is disgusting. This is disgusting. This is actually disgusting. Did you know in 55 minutes of the game yesterday, right, we had 55% possession of the game, 0 shots on target in 55 minutes. We had 0. At the end of the game, we had 1. We had 1. And guess where that came from? Guess where that came from? Raheem Sterling free kick. Yeah. Raheem Sterling free kick. So, you know, what were we doing the rest of that time other than getting bent over and him doing this? I'll tell you what he done. I'll tell you what he done. Yeah. And I know the bench wasn't great yesterday, right? But he still could have brought Carney on or maybe give us something different in the midfield because the midfield was getting slaughtered based on his instructions, by the way. And the fact that Enzo Fernandez yesterday, I can confirm to you guys by looking at him, wasn't even fit. He should have been on that pitch. That ain't Enzo. That weren't Enzo. What did he do? What did he do later on in the game? He got that embarrassing. He decided to make it even more embarrassing for the team. He decided to make it even more embarrassing for the team. What did he do? Can anyone remember? Can anyone remember? This is after we went 4-5-0. Can anyone remember what he did? Do you know what he did? I'll tell you. He decided to go to a back five. He decided to go to a back five. Do you know how embarrassing that is? You have one shot on target, which is Raheem Sterling's free kick in the 60th, 70th minute, or whenever he fucking come on, right? One, you get 4 or 5 goals by Arsenal, and then his substitutions is, let's play a back five. And he leaves Carney on the bench. Let's go to a fucking back five. He doesn't have a plan B, guys. He's never had. He don't even have a plan A. He doesn't even have a plan A, let alone a plan B. These stats are shocking. Shocking. Absolutely disgusting. Shocking. Guys, there's nearly 250 people here. Let's try and get these likes up if we can. Smash the like button, share it out. Let's go. We have got the panel to join. And then look, this is how he set us up. This is where we're going to get into it now. All right? This is how he sets us up. And this is why I was fuming. And again, when I get the boys in later and I send the link out to them in a bit, ask them what I was saying before the game. They were going, geez, man, you're really angry, Jem. Really angry. Yeah, I'm angry. Yeah, yes, I'm angry. Because, like I said earlier on, we had no Gusto and Palmer. Big problem, because we have no right-hand side, by the way. Mudryk was going to play. Cool, I can handle that. Mudryk run at them. Actually, Mudryk done okay, to be quite honest, yeah, in parts of the game. Yeah. What does he do? What does he do? Come on. What does he do? Ready? This is what he does. He knows that we defensively structurally needs to be strong. So what does he do? He throws that chemistry that we've had in the last 2-3 games in the bin. And he goes, Badiashile, Disasi, the Chuckle brothers. Yeah. Come in. And then he puts Gilchrist, right? Which I can half understand to a degree, right? But then he plays Gilchrist in a back four, by the way, in a back four that we have never seen this season. Against Arsenal. Against fucking Arsenal. We have never seen this back four all season. And he goes and does that. So we already had 2 problems. Right? But this guy decided to add another 3. This guy decided to have another 3 into the game. That guy who dropped shots, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Here's £2 to add to the Havertz transfer fee. Thank you very much. I'll take that all day, every day. Big up to you. Throwing Gilchrist in a game like this is criminal, right? All right, but forget even the Gilchrist thing, right? But then to play a defence that hasn't played with each other all season, what did you expect? What do you think was going to happen against a strong team like Arsenal, who had pretty much everyone back, fully fit, a strong midfield, and a strong attack? What did you expect? What have we seen from Badiashile and Disasi? Do I need to remind you? Should we talk about it? Newcastle away. Yeah? Should we talk about Burnley at home? These 2 in the middle were a big reason why Monaco nearly got relegated. I know you've got to try and build chemistry. I understand it. And do you know what's worse than all of this? Do you know what's so bad in all of this? It's the 2 players that actually played well in our defence the last couple of games. The 2 that are leaving the club next season. 35 million. God knows how much Badiashile was. I can't even remember, right? We've got 2 defenders of our club that have come in, that have cost us money, and they shitted on us. And we got what we got and what we deserved. And that's why I knew after I saw this lineup, we were finished. We were finished. Finished. Cucurella was awful. Gilchrist, poor guy, was just left in no man's land most of the time, one-on-ones. Our midfield was non-existent. The midfield went back to its old ways. It went back to its old ways. It got battered. In fact, it got battered. I'll be quite honest here. And I thought Arsenal weren't that good. I don't think Arsenal was that great. The first half, we could have actually scored as bad as we was a couple of times. They were wasteful. But we still were shit in midfield. Gallagher doing his same old shit, running into people's positions. We're getting the ball and Gallagher runs, tackles his own player. Now Enzo's fucking moving around like a truck. He's not even fit. He couldn't even get across the pitch. Man's getting flopped. That ain't Enzo. I'm telling you, that is not Enzo. He's not right. I can see it. And Caicedo, well, Caicedo. Our midfield, and I keep saying it, risk-taking football. Our midfield is made to play risk-taking football. That's what I call this shit system. Risk-takers. Risk-taking FC. Risk-taking FC system. And guess who fucking puts us into that? This shit manager. We are not going to get any better. And I don't want to just hear, there's idiots still on this app, right? That still sit there and go, we got Nkunku out and Lavia. And, we lost Palmer and Gusto. We could have made a full team, of which is an A team. Which, yeah. So when you look at it, yeah, that could be right. Yeah. This is why we can't blame Poch. No, I don't blame him for nothing. He needs all the players available that are around. I'm telling you now, this guy with a fit squad, right, would still set us up playing in this risk-taking football. Our midfield will still get dominated. Our midfield will still have the same problems. In fact, it might have been quite interesting because we'd have Lavia. And Lavia is a DM. He will sit. So maybe it would help his systems a little bit. He's risk-taking systems a bit more. But guess what? I guarantee you all the money in the world, Lavia would be the most deepest receiver of the ball from the defence. Yeah. And guess where Enzo Caicedo will be? Fucking God knows no land where he tells him to play. We have Mudryk playing as a DM. I don't want to hear it. We have no plans of play. We have no style of football. We have a lot of problems, a lot of things that don't make sense at this club. The moment I saw Badiashile and Disgrace, I lost hope. Same. This is what every damn Chelsea fan knows, but our manager doesn't know that there is disaster. He doesn't. Badiashile is not with it this season. He is in cuckoo land. I don't know where he is in his head, but that man is awful. He is so bad. It is ridiculous, right? We're going to get into him, right? This Sassy, all he does is just stand there. He doesn't even the first goal. He's just standing there like this. This is what he does. Press the ball, bruv. Press. What are you doing? Just let them invite pressure on you. He just stands there with his hands behind his back, going backwards. We're going to get to them in a minute. And, this is for the people that still stick up for Pochettino. Just so you can see this. Look, this is not Poch's fault. No! It can't be. He hasn't got, all the players he needs. This is not Poch's fault. Fuck off. I have never, in my years as a Chelsea fan, and I'm going to say this now because I am fuming still. It's bringing it all back. All right, I was fuming last night. All right, I have never, for as long as a Chelsea fan, actually once, have I ever seen, right, this type of shit football. This type of shit football. This. Do you know the only one other manager that did this shit? Do you know the other one manager that did this shit? Do you know? Frank Lampard. This was Frank Lampard ball. One fucking midfielder there. 20 attackers up front. Yeah. And massive gaps between the midfield, defence and attack. Yeah. Right? This is shit. This is shit. This is system, guys. This is patterns of play. This is structure. This. It's not the first time we've seen it this season. And this is why he has to go. He doesn't learn. He's naive. He don't give a fuck. He just wants to play the same way. He wants to make the midfield play risk-taking FC football. That's what we are. Risk-taking FC fucking football. Look at it. You know, and we can't not players. The players are going to get it. Don't worry about that. We're going to talk about it. But they are being failed. They are being let down by how this manager sets us up. They are being asked to take risks every fucking game. Every game. And I'm talking mainly about midfield. Even in the defence to a degree, because they have to play between Badiashile and Disassi here. If you look, they're having to play these long fucking straight balls into the midfield to try and find it. But look at the Arsenal team. Oh, we're getting to that. We're getting to that. And then, you know, we're coming to this. This is beautiful football, guys. Look, watch. Watch this. You ready, yeah? Let's watch it. Let's watch it. Hopefully it don't. Right, watch. Yeah? Watch. All right. Watch Mudryk. Look at Mudryk. He's playing as a pivot. Ooh, look. Mudryk. Here. Look, he's playing as a pivot. Yeah? He's playing the free. Look at fucking Gallagher in his little 10 roll, just standing there, fucking making himself easy. You know, Enzo's pulled to the right, far right to try and receive. This is where it should have gone, by the way. Yeah. Watch. Oh, look at Mudryk. Look, watch Mudryk. Yeah. I'll just walk. Yeah, you know, it's only 1-0. Yeah. Let me give this easy ball into Gallagher. Look, yeah, there we go. One. Ready? Watch. I'll speed it up now. Look. 10. Look at the intensity. Look at the intensity. We're only 1-0 behind, buddy. Look. We're 1-0 behind. Look. Yeah. Enzo, look. Even Enzo's doing it. Look. There. Look at Mudryk. Look at Mudryk, guys. Look at him. I have to laugh. Look at him. Even he's having a fucking break. He's even disgusted. He's even fucking disgusted. Look. He's still got his arms. Look, Enzo, look. Enzo's trying to find. Look at Enzo's arms. Look. That explains everything of ruining a great ball retainer, passer, mover of the ball. Let me just do 30 seconds ago and pass it back to Gallagher. Look. Ow! And he gives it back. Gallagher's just doing 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. Look, let's do it again. We got the ball. Caicedo, look. To Gallagher, look. Yeah, no pressure around him. Look at Arsenal. Look, Arsenal ain't even pressing us. Look. Arsenal ain't even pressing us. Look at Arsenal. Yeah, look, then what? Look, Caicedo, yeah. Look at Mudryk, look. Yeah, I'm just going to chill here. I'll give the ball to Enzo. Enzo's looking around. He does a little left foot side, little small pass, short pass, yeah. Mudryk's given up at this point. Look, Mudryk's sitting there like, what the fuck are we doing? That tells me right there. What the fuck are we doing? My man's got his fucking hands on his hips, yeah. And then look at Gallagher, look, and then Enzo goes, right, I need to pass the ball forward. Okay, yeah, I've got is fucking Gallagher again. Look, there you go. Have it back. Like, honestly, what is this intensity? What is this? What is this? What is this? And I spoke about Mudryk's position. Yeah. I spoke about Mudryk's position. Yeah. Look at this. Look at this. And by the way, this is the players' average positions. Players' average positions. All right? Average, meaning where they find themselves on the pitch throughout the 90, mostly, or in and about, or, you know, averagely. Look. There you go. Mudryk, let me play. You know, let me play. Oh, sorry, Mudryk. Let me play as a DM. I'll play as DM. Next to Kukuran. We have no left. Oh, yeah, of course we have no fucking left, yeah? All right? Mudryk and fucking Jackson are the only two that are in a position to attack. You know, Enzo, Caicedo, Gallagher, and their little fucking... God knows what that is. Yeah? Gilchrist trying to hold width. Yeah? But look at this. Look at this. This is the issue. Look! What the fuck? Fuck. What the fuck, guys? Honestly. What the actual fuck? Well, we ain't done yet. I ain't done. Trust me. We ain't done. We're going to get to the players in a minute. 30 minutes in, guys. If you ain't tapping screens, hit the like buttons. Guys, hit the like buttons for us. Get this over 100 likes, please, if we can. Get it out. Share it out as well. We need to get as many Chelsea fans in here. And we need to get the deluded ones in here as well. We need to get the deluded ones in here as well. Let's make sure we do that. The thing is, we all want the same thing. We really do. It's quite sad. We all just want to. I want the fan base to unite in this. But shit, I still hear from people. You know, a mid-block isn't working when the opponent is constantly getting into the final third as opposed to keeping them trapped around the halfway line. But it's even worse when we're playing teams like Arsenal who create overloads against the defence. Look, 5 versus 4. Well, actually, I need to zoom out. 5 versus 4 every time. And what did I say yesterday, G? What did I say yesterday? I said, if we're going to be successful, we have to cut out the gaps in the middle. Havertz. Fucking Havertz. Kai Havertz scored 2 goals against us. Kai Havertz, guys, stumped on Chelsea Football Club. Kai Havertz. All the haters that hated him. He's dumped on you. Odegaard. Fucking Rice playing a forward position because we've got Partey in the team. Rice playing further forward in the holes. What the fuck is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? I'm just getting tired. Like, you know, and I'm not gonna bore you to death. I'm not gonna bore you to death, but these are Mudryk's position. Basically, the team's stats. Mudryk's position is how deep? Yeah, literally, which I showed you already. Mudryk's average position playing as a DM yesterday. Yeah, all this stuff don't mean anything to me. I don't really understand it. But then when you look at the patterns of play, all right, passing work, yeah, This is our passing network. Look at how, like, I don't know what you would call it, like Arsenal, right? They're very, like, in an octagon shape, right? In their passing range. And then what they do is very clever is off the right, which they always do, by the way. They always do. In fact, we do as well, right? They fill up the areas with players, passing options. Look, all off the right mainly. Even on the left, they have three. Look, always three players making passes in and around. But the two defenders are the ones that have that easy pass in, out, in, back. What we got? Let's have a look. You ready? Yeah. What we got? Petrovic to fucking Badiashile. Look at Mudryk and fucking Cucurella. Look at that. Why are they not here? Why are they not up here? Look how oh my God. How deep they are. All right. And look who receives the ball the most in our team. Look. Enzo. Half fit Enzo. Here you go, Enzo. Right? And this backs up this. Because look at this one. Ball progression, pass plus carrying. So who does the most pass plus carrying ball possession progression in the team per 90? Well, look. Just putting it out there again. Our fucking semi-fit number 8 in the middle, who didn't have a great game yesterday, still carrying and passing. Look at his ball progression rates. Look how far up he is. He's nearly up there with Saka. He was the highest in the Chelsea team for passing and carrying and ball progressions. Looking forward, pong, to shit, to nothing. He was in the 2s, and Gallagher was behind him, who in fact should have been one of the highest anyway because he's playing a 10 role. But then this ain't even it. This is not the issue with this graph. Do you know what the issue with this graph is? You ready? Even Jackson, because Jackson's a striker. He's not always going to look forward. He would be the last point of contact. So that makes sense. Look at this. Look at Mudryk. Look. Ball progressions, passing and carrying, right? Our winger, who's playing off the left, had nearly the same percentiles as Jorginho. Petrovic passed the ball out, carried the ball and passed the ball forward more than Mudryk. That ain't no joke, by the way. Petrovic. Oh my God. Petrovic had more ball carryings. Like, we've got a little bit of news for you around Pochettino in the Daily Mail. This just came out not long ago. Sammy Mockball says, Mail Sport understands the club are yet to make a final decision on whether Pochettino will enter the second year of his contract, though there is an underlying sense that a parting of ways will be seriously considered. Will. So, will. It shouldn't be a will. I don't think it should be a one. You see how Thomas Tuchel's going out of Bayern Munich in the summer? Do you see how that ball was? See how that ball was? You're gone in the summer. Do what you got to do. Even if you win it's a Champions League, you're gone. We should be doing the same. This is what we should be doing. Not, no, you know what? Data says if we had the players in his system, we would be better. So we think we should give him another year. Yeah. That's what we're going to do. No, I'm sorry. Listen, you guys want a repeat of this next season? Do any of you want a repeat of this next season? Anyone? Does anyone want a repeat of this next season? Does anyone want me to refresh their minds? Does anyone? Is this what you want? Is this what we want as a fan base? Yeah, that's what we want. Look at the scores. Look at them. Take them in. Take them in. Take them in. Is this what you want? Is this what you want? Yeah. Okay. I'm not talking about, because I know a lot of you have got sense. A lot of you can see what's going on, but the ones that actually still hold on to Pochettino, is this what you want? Apparently, Pies has got some news. Pies has got some news, has he? Interesting. Interesting. So let's remove that one. Let's get this one across like that. Oh, and let's present the next part of it. Pie is saying Chelsea have a long-term admiration for Ruben Amorim and could move for him if they sack Pochettino. That's just come out 3 minutes ago. 3 minutes ago. 3 minutes ago. That has come out. So, who knows? Who knows? Also, just to remind you all how bad this is before we go on to the players. Look, just to remind you all this. Look, this is by far our biggest downgrade in Chelsea history. Sacked a serial winner for Spurs. Look at these numbers. Look at these numbers. Look, 45 games, 22 wins, 9 draws, 19 losses, fucking 91 goals conceded, and 91 goals scored, 70 goals conceded. And you know what? He's only done 45 games. Tuchel, 100 games, 60 wins, 24 draws, 16 fucking losses, yeah? 168 goals scored, 77 goals conceded. 77 goals conceded in 100 games. Look. This is what we're going to get for another season. Do you want to do another season and see what we get to 100 like? Because I guarantee that'll be 44. That'll be 20. That'll be 40. That'll be probably the same. Probably score lots of goals once everyone's back. But this will probably be about fucking 170. Fucking hell. We're going to move quickly away from Pochettino. Look. Because guess who fucking notified? Guess who fucking recruited this? Win Stanley and Lawrence Stewart. Yeah, these two dumbasses. These two dumbasses here. Mauricio's experience, standards of excellent leadership qualities and character will serve Chelsea Football Club well as we move forward. This is when we got him. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, this was recently. Winning coach. He's a winning coach, apparently, guys. Oh my God. I don't even know what to say. Just read it, guys. Just read it. Just read it for a second. Just read it for a second. Just read it. I don't even want to read it. I don't even want to read it. I don't. I need to get some air. Let's get some air in this building. I'm actually hot. He's winning coach who has worked highest level in multiple leagues and languages. His ethos, tactical approach, and commitment to development all made him exceptional candidate. There you go. That's your recruitment board. That's your recruitment board. Yeah. What are the issues with Pochettino? I know this is getting long. I know it's getting long, but it needs to be. Things I don't like about Poch. Ready? Poor build-up structure. Tick. Poor attention to the defence. Tick. Lack of tactical flexibility. Double tick. Not ruthless. Too patient to keep repeating what's not working. Fucking give me 100 ticks. Poor defence shape. Plus set pieces. Quadruple trip. Tick. Overall outdated tactics. Sign it off. Sign it off. Slow reaction to substitutions. Fucking common sense. But yes, correct. He has his good sides of him too, but his baggages are too much. This here is everything that is shit about Pochettino. And he continues to do it. He is garbage. Garbage. It truly is. He's garbage, guys. Exceptional candidate, I know. I'm drained. I'm actually physically drained. You know, and I'm not even done because do you know what? Alex, the Euro expert, where is it? Here it is. What a guy. This guy, right? I talked to Alex. I know Alex quite well, right? And he highlighted this. He highlighted this a while ago, okay? And we'll read it together, part by part. Once we've done that, we'll talk about the players. We'll talk about the players. I think a lot of people who appreciate Poch Spurs have been reluctant to lay much blame at his door for Chelsea. In some senses, they're right. He isn't a rubbish coach who doesn't offer anything. For me, though, what Poch offered was never going to work at Chelsea. Okay. And then he goes on to say this thread. You ready? Why's it moving so slow? The reason I was so critical of the move when there were first murmurs of it, let alone the official announcement, was I watched nearly every PSG game under Poch. It was a complex of messy period for the club. But the one thing was apparent to me. Poch didn't put much thought into how his side should break down settled defences. What have we seen all season? The emphasis, like it was at Spurs, was about pressing opposition's teams high and creating chances in transitions. Yeah, sounds like us. If you were as sad as me to watch every PSG side, you'll remember Kylian Mbappe bailing them out of game after game after game. There didn't seem to be much plan when it came to breaking down opposite teams, other than platforming individuals to do their thing. So what relevance does this have at Chelsea? Well, I think it has a lot to do with that. I think Poch and his staff have spent their time in training. Now, disclaimer, this obviously is my personal opinion, is not informed by any knowledge of Cobham. So he's just basically saying that this is just based on his own research. I think Poch has prioritised coaching Chelsea on their out-of-possession approach while looking to focus on what they do in transitional attacking moments to score. This would sense that with what we know about Poch as a manager, from the moment he arrived at Southampton over 10 years ago, he stood out amongst the Premier League managers for his ability to coach press. This is why Conor Gallagher performs really well. He's phenomenal in the press, getting Chelsea to consistently press high. It's always going to lean to his skill set. So basically, we're playing a shit risk-taking system which benefits fucking players with loads of energy that run around, right? This is why Cole Palmer has performed really well this season. A more freedom-based style of attacking play is going to suit a player like Palmer, who's obviously really good anyway, but seems to thrive in the chaos Chelsea create. The chaos that Chelsea create. Basically, his talent ID is standing out because he'll be good in any system that we have. It's just that he's just carrying it with his ability like Mbappe was doing for fucking PSG. Same shit. But I think due to the prioritizations, Chelsea have neglected the aspect of controlling possession and creating chances through more autonomous movements and patterns against a deep block. Oh, what a shock. Been saying it all fucking season. What a shock. This is where I think the hiring of Poch was a mistake. It's fine 7 years ago at Spurs when deep blocks aren't as well coached, and B, the team aren't as capable of playing through pressure. True, I agree with that. But this is 2024. Nearly every Premier League team has a top quality coach. Nearly every Premier League team can find a way to play through even the best out of possession systems. And nearly every Premier League team is capable of putting out a muddy defence block that stifles creativity, requires well-coached attacking side/golden talent to break down. Facts. By hiring Pochettino in 2023, you're banking on what he has done in the past, still working today. Outdated tactics, which is what we're talking about. If anything, what we've seen is unsurprising in the context. A press that can sometimes create high-quality chances, but does get played through. Does get played through. A lack of rotation/plan in the final third against deep blocks. Facts. Facts. Big facts. This is why Enzo Fernandez struggles. This is why Enzo Fernandez has struggled. You put him in a side that lacks patterns in the final third, i.e. lacking runs that he knows are coming, that he can make passes into. Read it again, guys, because this is a fucking big thing. You're putting him in a side that lacks patterns in the final third, i.e. lacking runs that he knows are coming. You work on them. You work on patterns, runs, people that know that when Enzo gets the ball, they go that way. That he can then play passes into. You can't do that. How many times yesterday did he get the ball, ping a ball over the top to Mudryk, whoever, and they didn't even run? They weren't even running, but they should have been running. Okay? This is why Moises Caicedo has struggled. He's been playing in a Chelsea press, always aims high, but doesn't necessarily work, leaving him with a large amount of space to cover every game. Every fucking game. Guess what that is? Risk-taking FC. Risk-taking system FC. Right there. Right there. Right there. And that's why Moises Caicedo struggles. And I said it already. We ask too much from our midfield from a risk-taking aspect. Too much. Too fucking much. It does not work, what we're trying to do. Whatever the fuck it is that he's trying to do. And yes, I think you can argue that this is why Chelsea's other attackers have struggled. To take tonight against Arsenal, for example, there's barely any movement in the final third. There rarely are any points against a settled defence where Chelsea use movement to create space. Facts. Facts. We don't use no movement to create space. We don't attack the spaces behind. We go deep. We try and do this little triangle, small shit football that goes nowhere. So is Pochettino? You could argue still some decisions in squad rotation have been confusing subs, and I think tactically I'm being a bit generous with my words. Then again, he's not been helped by recruitment strategy that torn up a football team and rebuilt it in the way Chelsea have done. That's true. I agree with that as well. Fundamentally, though, I think Poch is the wrong fit for Chelsea, and always was. Like I said, this isn't a team where they're going to be able to attack in transition like Poch sides want to on a consistent basis. This is a side who will instead face many deep blocks, the area Poch has always struggled with, and his tactical approach has been proven inequipped to address. Facts. 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 Gem, anyone with a brain and see all these people, but all of this, but people still want to blame Enzo for being too slow. Or I said, I know, like, it's quite embarrassing. It's quite embarrassing. Pies Dagger. We've got another Pies Dagger for you. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Okay, we've got some news. We've got some breaking news here. Let's go to it. Guys, make sure you smash the like buttons, please, as well. Let's get these likes up if you can. I'd massively appreciate it. Chelsea could consider offers from Saudi Arabia for Sterling, but he doesn't want to leave. Matt Law, the div. Sources say there is already top coaches who would be prepared to take over Pochettino and would be excited. There you go. Look, that's a good sign, if that's true. But who? That's the fucking question next. That's a good sign. Give me some. Give us. Hansi Flick's apparently among them, guys. I've heard. Someone just. It's not just Ruben Amorim. There's talks about Hansi Flick. I've heard as well. Yeah, there is. There's Hansi Flick. There's Ruben Amorim. There's probably some more as well. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Chum, you should have looked at previous clubs from Brian Shutter. Average players from average clubs. Yes, partly, but not all. Not all for me. Partly, but not all. I agree with it partly. New contract extension, Marcus Cucurella. Flick. Anyway, let's talk about a player. Before we go into player ratings, let's talk about a specific player. We got to do this quickly because this. Watch. Where's he gone? Watch. Mudryk plays the ball in. Jackson, look. All the time in the world. He skipped. Who's that? Gabriel. Is that Gabriel that just went flat? Look at Gabriel. He's gone. And then he does that. How does one man's brain get to that position as a striker and try and go in the small? How does one man's brain go for that corner? How? He had all of it here. In fact, do you know what? It doesn't even matter because we were this far behind, but it does matter because it's still shocking. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. How? How though? How? Can anyone answer that? How as a striker do you look at that goal? Put Gabriel on the floor, by the way. Look at Gabriel on the floor and go into the most impossible corner. Impossible. All you had to do was side foot instead of right, the left of him. All you had to do was that. Oh my goodness. All right, guys. Away from Pochettino, we're going into the players. And we have got a player rating. We've got the panel coming to join us in a second as well. We've got the panel coming to join us in a second as well. Petrovic. What do you want me to say? Because he had 5 goals. Should have done better on the first. Saved us pretty much most of the first half with some very good saves. Kept us in the game at 1-0. Do I blame him for the other goals? Not really. No. What do we say? What do we give Petrovic? I want to hear you guys in the chats as well. I mean, that was awful as well, Braga. That was awful as well. What do we say, guys? What do we say? Tell me. What do we do with Petrovic? I'm going to say 5, 4, 4, whatever. 5 or 4. I don't even know what to say. I don't blame him for them goals. I really don't. Move on. I have never seen, and he's shit. He ain't even good. He's actually really bad, guys. I have never seen one player get twisted and turned and make things so easy for Saka in my life than what I saw yesterday with Cucurella. He was inviting him onto his stronger foot most of the game. He was inviting him onto his strong foot. Leicester game. Yes, in the game against Saka. He didn't get out the pitch. He got roasted. He was shit in defence. He's slow. He's just average. He's not 58, 60, whatever the fuck we pay for him. He's just not that player. Yeah, we can go negative. I'm in a negative mood today. 0.5. Does that sound good? 0.5? Was it 1? -1? -2? -25? What do you want to give him? Because it's fucking awful. 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 I don't even know what to say anymore. But we've got to talk about this guy because oh my goodness, this guy. This guy I need to breathe for a second. Give me 2 seconds. This guy I need to breathe for a second. Okay, I'm trying to compose myself. Big up, Daniel. All right, let's go. Okay, I'm ready. Okay. That has got to be one of the worst defensive performances across the pitch, by the way. But when we're talking about them individually, that has got to be one of the worst performances I have ever seen. That first half, the guy couldn't even pass 10 yards. He had the most basic pass. I can't remember who it was. And he passed it to Odegaard, who then played through Havertz. He kept getting Havertz running in behind him. He is not fast, by the way. He is not fast. He's fucking averagely slow. Okay. He's passing. He's shocking. He's defending. It's shocking. He moves like a truck. He's literally a 42-ton truck. He's a 42-ton truck. His reading of the game is crap. And this is all on Pochettino's fault, by the way, because he's in shit form, right? Yeah. He just ain't good. He really is not good. Like, he's bad. I'm sorry. He's even in the second half. How many times did they play through him? How many times? Because we spent money on him. Actually, how much did Chelsea get? I'm going to have a look. How much did we spend on him? Chelsea by Badia Chile. We paid 35 million on a 7.5-year contract for this man. For this dusty guy. This dusty guy. He raged me yesterday. I knew it was going to be this. Evidently, he doesn't surprise me that he was that bad. But to still do it on the pitch for nearly 90 minutes, made me feel sick. And watch. We could lose all the games, but not Spurs. I will give him a 5. I'm giving him a -5. And what game are you watching? 35 million for him. Nah, I'm sorry. Nah. Sell him. Sell him. Get 20, 15. Sell him. Like that. That was. If he's come back with an injury, if he's come back off that injury in this kind of form and can't find his form after these injuries, sell him. No, 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 no. Don't even go there today. Don't even go there today. Don, ever since he's came back this season from his injury, he is not good, bro. He has been awful. And yes, why I agree. Defensively, he gets set up incorrectly. I agree. The the basics of a defender, he can't even do. He can't even do. I'm sorry. We saw we saw what we saw last season. Fine, I get that. All right, but this was something else. I can't defend that. I can't defend. I can't defend. I can't defend this. This lack of reading the game. I can't defend. I can't defend errors constantly. Errors. I defend his lack of heading ability, tackling ability, everything. I can't defend this. I just can't. Yeah, he's come back from an injury and he just don't look at it. He don't look at it, brother. He doesn't look like the player we know. No. Do you know what? Do you know what? I'll tell you what, right? I'm probably very angry at the moment with him. Selling him is not going to happen, by the way. We're not selling a player that we've had for 7 years and whatever, right? But I am so disgusted by both of them. But I'm so disgusted that every time he's came into this team this season, I've had to watch the performances that I've seen from him. He's been so bad. Don, the first 20 minutes of the game, bro, the guy couldn't even make a basic pass out. He done a fucking 10-yard pass to fucking Odegaard and then got passed around. And it happened constantly. And then in the second half, again, his positional sense is shocking. And yes, we can moan about setup. I know that. I've just spent an hour talking about Pochettino. If you ain't watched it, go and watch back an hour of talking about Pochettino, all right? But fuck me. The things that I've always questioned him for, specifically, yeah, even before this game, moving like a fucking 42-ton truck. He's like a truck. He's slow. He's reading the game's crap. His positional awareness is crap, which could come with system. To a degree, that part. But everything that an ability, like players of, like a defensive player should have in terms of his ability as a player, is not on display. We've seen it from Chalobah. I've seen it from Silva. Fucking hell, I've even seen it from parts from Disassi. I've seen it from parts of Disassi. I've not seen it from him. Not once this season. He has been that bad. Yes, he does get all of them have the Poch phobia. All of them. Listen, I've gone through Pochettino, guys. If you've not watched the first hour, I dedicated it to him. Go and watch it. I've only just got to the plays now. But I cannot ignore some things. As a fan, I cannot ignore some things. You guys are saying that I'm being overreactive about it. I might be a little bit with the selling. I'll take that. Yeah. But I can't work it out in my head what he actually does good. Or what he has been doing good. Because he's done fuck all good this season. This ain't just the first game. I've not seen a good performance from him. Name me one. He should have been played yesterday. Oh, 100%. We know this. You saw me in the group chat. He shouldn't have. But he did play. And we held 5 with that defence. A back 4 that we've not even played with the whole fucking season. Yeah, that. I'm not even going to call him whatever I want to call him. Manager. Whatever he is. He ain't a manager. He ain't a coach. I don't know what he is, to be quite honest. I don't. Yes. He played well against Blackburn. Is this what we're doing right now? How many games has he played again? How other games has he played? Burnley, Newcastle. What other ones? Fucking Wolves away, where he passed the ball. They fucking crossed the ball in, and he passed the ball inside the box to the player, and he scored. Like, how are we going to keep defending this guy? How are we defending this guy? And I'm not saying it's not just Poch. We know the Poch thing. I've done an hour on it. Past him now. Talking about the players, the ability, how much we spent, what we're seeing. Yeah, it was good. Parts through last season. I questioned him last season, by the way. Even though I liked him, I thought, yeah, this is good to see. I still questioned him last season. I don't like the way this man reads the game. I don't like the way this man reads the game. I don't like it. Other than that, he's been poor. Yeah, 80%. I mean, Callie, I've been banging on too much. I need to breathe for a second. Welcome in, mate. We were on the players right now. Obviously, what a shocking performance we spoke about. Listen, we'll talk about Poch at the end for you guys anyway. I ain't going to be talking. I've done my talking. But let's just get through the players quickly, and then we'll do a bit of Pochettino talking, all right? But give me your thoughts on Benoit Badiashile as a defender and what you've seen.
Let me try not to go on a rant.
Just say
I think we're past that point. No, yeah, I know. We're past that point where we're gonna bullshit, right? So from this point forward, when it comes to the players, if we're focusing on the players, I'm just gonna be flat out honest on who's good enough to be at the club, who's not good enough. I'm not even gonna rate performances, because if we're rating performances, everyone gets a 0. Like it shouldn't be that hard. Like 5-0 to fucking Arsenal. We're talking about our worst defeat or equal to our worst defeat in the club's existence. We're talking about we haven't beat Arsenal since Tammy Abraham. Am I right? Am I high? Bro, we haven't beat Arsenal in like I think 3, 4, 5 years. Like this is a disgrace. But let me not get on the rant. Like I said, Badiashile's not good enough to be at the club. For anyone think I'm having a Badia fucking Disasi war since everyone's on the player agendas, Disasi's not good enough either. But right now we're talking about Badiashile. That positional awareness is poor. I don't care about the setup. I don't care about Poch impacting and, inhibiting the players. I don't care about none of that because we all know Poch isn't good enough. This isn't what the conversation's about. The conversation's about, is the player good enough on their own natural abilities or talent that we've seen based on the money we've spent to be at Chelsea Football Club? And the answer for Badiashile is very simple. The answer is no. I don't have anything else to say past that. He shouldn't be at the club, but he will be at the club. Make of that what you will.
Forward, Badiashile, welcome in. Obviously, what a shit show yesterday, bro. I didn't expect it to be that bad, but Jesus. Ads. He's still got forward in his name as well. Ads.
No, it's just the Twitter.
I don't know if you've been watching me actually in the last hour. I've spoke about Poch. We are going to talk Poch at the end of the player rating. You guys are, not me anyway. I've had enough to talk about Poch, but we're just going to run through these player ratings on the basis that we've got to talk about it still. I mean, I know you've been a semi-fan of Benoit Badiashile. I mean, what was your overall thoughts on his performance yesterday, man?
Yeah, just first and foremost, obviously, I did catch most of what you said earlier. And obviously, big up to you, big up Callie, big up everybody listening. Hope everybody's trying to slowly get over the hangover of a historically bad defeat. There's no sugarcoating it. It was awful. One of the worst days I can remember as a Chelsea fan, honestly. So yeah, we'll break it down, obviously, with the players first. I will just start with saying Petrovic, for me, he gets a 2, by the way. I thought you were kind giving him a 5. I thought the chat was kind giving him 4s and 5s. That first goal, like, just that alone, that sets the tempo of the whole game. Yes, our setup was poor. How they played through us was too easy. We'll get onto that as well. But you have to save that at your near post, especially when it's literally with your feet. Like, you have to save that. So that's poor. Cucurella, I don't know what you gave him, but 2 or 3 is maybe me being nice. Oh, fairs, yeah. Yeah, fair enough. I can see that. I mean, awful. But on to Badiashile. Listen, there's 2 sides of it, right? On the ball, he played a couple of good passes, but that isn't enough to excuse the horrible decisions to sometimes play the passes, the ways he would sloppily give it away again. When I'm talking about a ball playing centre back, right, and I'm talking about Chelsea, I'm talking about levels here. I'm talking about the likes of, again, John Terry in his day, for that era as well, very good ball playing centre back. Had a great switch ball on his left foot. Carvalho, of course, but I'm thinking even back to recent times, like David Luiz, incredible ball playing centre back. Thiago Silva as well, top ball playing centre back.
We used to cook David Luiz. We used to cook him.
And I thought he was well over maligned in this fan base. I thought he was very underrated for what he did. Yes, he had the odd bozo moment, but again, a lot of top performances, and he gave us great seasons. Again, won us a Champions League, was part of one of the best defenses in Premier League history under Conte.
Preach.
Again, he cannot be put on a level to guys like Badiashile. It's even disgusting for me to even mention Badiashile and the likes of those guys, because what we saw yesterday wasn't a shock, because we've seen a lot of it this season. It was just an amalgamation of poor defending, poor decisions on the ball, and also just like physically, with his physical attributes, so sluggish, with hardly any balance as well. Like, he just looks so like unbalanced and clumsy in terms of his movements. He can't move quick in terms of turning in quick and tight spaces. So he was horrible. So he gets a 1 for me. Horrible. And to Callie's point, is he good enough for next season? Probably not. But will he still be here? Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the problem. We spent 35 million on this, man. You know what I mean? Let's go on to the next chuckle, bro. I've just gone. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, for goodness sake. There we go. Where's the next chuckle, brother? Did you say you saw my first out forward, or you didn't? I don't think you did you?
I saw most of it through work, but not all of it.
Yeah, glad you didn't see all of it.
I think you've heard a lot of what I said about Poch. We're going to talk about that, because Poch is just...
Yeah, I heard a fair bit.
The sassy, disaster, whatever you want to freaking call him. You know, like...
Yeah.
I've never seen, and I said it earlier on, a defender, right, in a game do so much of this when we're getting attacked. Like, what are you doing, mate? Like, are you going to press? Are you going to shut them down? You're going to hit them? Like, even when
Pacing is horrible.
Goals, right? Even when Havertz scored these goals, he's doing this in the box. Why are you backing off the ball so much, brother? I can hear myself, Callie. I don't know why.
Oh, that made me.
Why are you doing that, brother? All right. He done a couple of little good balls in and there, right? But I have never seen someone back off the ball so much and not make a tackle in my life than this guy in a game. He was shocking. His awareness, he's everything, just everything. Even the first goal. Why are you not hitting your man? Why are you backing off? Because Gilchrist had Trossard on his side, who ultimately ended up scoring. So I could kind of get why Gilchrist didn't commit. What, brother? Why are you backing off? Hit him. Stop the pass from going to fucking Trossard. And then he was just like, after that, and again, it goes to system, and I've gone through all that. I feel a bit like, they're having to make 30-yard passes to the midfield, and it's like, that's Poch. Like,
thank you, Joe.
They can't be doing that, right? And I get that. That is all Poch. Fucking 90% of it. To be quite honest, it really pissed me off yesterday. He did, again, right? But when it comes to their own performances as players, just show your defensive abilities. Even if we get beaten 2-3-0, right? Whatever, like we did. Show something. Show what what we're paid. Like, do something. Nothing. He had nothing. Him and Badiashile, and it said there, nearly got Monaco relegated together. Like, that's not even a joke. Like, they are not good together. It is a really bad combination, and you'd think it'd be good because they're tall, they're strong, it's meant to be quick, but they're breathing of the games. Both of them are just, That's what I was doing in the second half, looking at them going, That's what they look like. They just scattered. And that back four, we've not seen that back four all season. And that idiot decides to play a back four against Arsenal, right? That we've never seen all season.
No.
God, like, I ain't got nothing to say because I keep going on to Poch because he just winds me up. But yeah, go on.
No, let Callie go first on that.
I'll make this quick. I'm here for the shit show, honestly. Disasi, not good enough, man. Not good enough to be at the club. One of the most important things when you think about Chelsea Football Club is our center back pairings. Our center back pairings, right? We've had some of the most legendary center back pairings in English football, and I'm not being dramatic. How the fuck have we gone from Carvalho and J fucking T to fucking Disasi and Badiashile? What No. I'm being serious, Jem. What did I do in my past life to be alive in present for this nonsense? I cannot understand. For the life of me, I cannot fathom how I'm supposed to sit here and try to give a player rating as if I give him a season player rating, he might not even get a 3. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace, bro. Disasi gets a 0 as well. Not good enough to be at my club. I'm gonna wait for Forward to come back, so I'll stall an extra few minutes. Let me put it to you guys this way. Anyone that watched that game yesterday for 90 minutes, this is what we watched. We watched Petrovic save a goal. Too many saves Petrovic made yesterday. It should have been like 9-0. He would then distribute the ball to Disasi or Badiashile. Our dumbass manager Poch decides to set up our defense with about 40 acres of land in between the midfield. Both of these two cannot pass properly all the time consistently. So Badiashile will kick it out to Enzo. Enzo, by the way, who's possibly injured, cannot collect the ball in time. So you watch Odegaard or Havertz pick the ball off them, continue down, and drive straight back at our goal. Or you watch Disasi kick the ball over our damn midfield, and they redo the damn same thing for 90 minutes. Look, Grad, Forward's back. I'm trying to keep it short and sweet because I'm not here to fucking bullshit today. Disasi, a 0, fam. A 0. Right next to your chuckle brother, Badiashile. Both of you, an absolute disgrace. A London derby. A London fucking derby. You're gonna go and... I'm done. Hey, a 0. A 0.
Go on, Forward.
Yeah, no, it's a disgraceful signing, to be honest. He's awful. And it's funny because a few months ago fans were getting like over the top with the Disasi praise because he did a few last stretch tackles, and there were some good performances like the Etihad. That was a good performance, and some others as well. But I was never convinced by this overly aggressive passion merchant who technical ability isn't at the level. Like some decent passes out the back, but technical ability again not there for me. Again, lack of balance as well, not there for me. Similar to Badiashile, again, it's probably the two heaviest footed back line in terms of like a pairing in the league. Like you can't find a pairing more heavy footed than these two. And it's ironic because again, they're kind of meant to be our best centre backs now with obviously Fofana out injured and obviously Kobo out injured as well. They're meant to be the best too. But yeah, it's a 39-year-old and Trevor Chalobah, he was in the gulag for half the season now. Better than these two. Yeah, both are going to go next season. So these are the main two, and they're putting up performances like this. I'm not going to say that they're the worst, but they probably are based on form. Like they're horrible. So again, he would probably only get a 1 for me. Again, he was brought in just to be like a backup player to a degree, but when you really look at it, right, like for 45 million or 39 million, right, he's meant to be like sort of the more experienced one in the team, and yet with him, like I don't really see any actual like leadership. I see like reactive things like, when something happens, you should have been here or you should have done there, or like a little high five here and there, cool. But like in terms of actually giving that leadership, which is what these guys need, he isn't that. And in terms of actual ability, defending, he isn't that. And I saw earlier in the chat that Pelu said worst player at the club. Listen, he's up there. And I'm harsh on him because he's actually somebody who's meant to have a bit of experience. And good Lord, is he awful. Good Lord.
Andrew,
I don't know about worse.
How are you, bro? Obviously, we got an absolute battering yesterday. We are going to talk Poch at the end of the play range. We're just going to fly through these, just get through it. And I've already done my talk. I don't know if you saw the hour of fucking take-off flight, but we're just sticking on to the play at the moment. So what's your thoughts on the Chuckle Brothers performance yesterday?
That's all on the manager. Throwing them in at the deep end again. One's been out, they've both been out injured and thrown together again. Changing the centre-back partnership again when the right-backs already know you're going to change. So where's the continuity? Poch is a criminal. I'll blame the players for bad performances. That's all on Poch yesterday. I'm sorry. It's all on Poch yesterday. Changing 3 at the back 4. Well, 1 was enforced, but and I know they played, and that Monaco thing, such an urban legend. Because I think one of them hardly ever played in that season. So it's such an urban legend, that Monaco thing. But I honestly,
and it was mostly a back 3 as well at Monaco. Mostly a back 3.
I know. It's just an urban legend people like to bring up. It's like listen. I think Badiashile is good. I saw him under Potter. He played better under Potter.
Yeah,
I've seen it. I've seen him play well under Potter. This Poch Literally, he throws players in from weeks out. He's done it to Thiago Silva. Weeks out on the bench, throws him in. Does it with these two. Dasasi was coming back from injury, whatever you think, throws him straight back in for a London derby. Why?
Yep.
Why? I'm with Kelly. I'll give everyone a 0. I don't care about Petrovic. You cost us that first goal.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? You could have said, do you know what? I'm fine. It could have been, you know, I don't care. Oh, someone said, not here, but everyone, it could have been 10. It was 5. What does it matter if it was 10? It was already 5. Who cares? Who cares if it would have been 10? Nah,
To one of our most bitter rivals out of your mind.
And just for context, we haven't lost 5-0 to a London rival since the 1980s.
That's our worst loss. Our worst loss to Arsenal since the 1980s.
90% of this, 95% of this actually. I've spent an hour on Poch already. Yeah, but 95% is on Poch. I'm telling you now, because you saw me in the group chat yesterday, Kelly. You did specifically. I was raging before we even kicked ball when I saw that lineup.
Oh, when we saw the lineup, we were talking about the defense, and I was trolling. I was telling Jem, I was like, Jem, we're gonna lose 3-1, and Jem was like, no, we're gonna win 2-1. But like, he's trying to like bring the positivity into the chat. I was like, yeah. We're cooked.
Just in the chat, Jazza B, I've seen a lot. You know why I didn't want Mourinho? Because I wouldn't allow these players or you fans to tell me that Mourinho's crap when he's my greatest ever manager. All right.
Thank you, Surfer.
Okay, that's what it'd be the same. Oh, if Eden Hazard was still playing, bring back Eden Hazard. No, I will not let this time at this club soil their good. You know what? I've lost my word.
They're legend, fam. They're legendary players and coaches, and they don't deserve to be in this fucking dross.
Let's keep it open. Yeah,
you don't have to come to me you don't have to come to me to my ratings. They're all 0. I'll talk about the players, but they're all 0.
No, this is what I was going to say. Well, rather than go through them, right, let's just open it up and just we say what we got to say, and then we get to Poch again. All right, that's where we need to go.
I don't rate this.
Let me cook Poch, please.
I don't rate Gilchrist, but he was hung out to dry yesterday. Complete and utter hung out to dry yesterday with the centre back partnership changing and him basically by himself. I don't know what he was asked to do. Hung out to dry. I don't rate him. Because I'm not seeing that was his first start as well, by the way, guys. Not his debut, his first start. And you change the centre back pairing on him to not help him. You don't put Chalobah and Thiago Silva in to help him get through the game on his first start away at Arsenal. Criminal. Another thing Poch did. Poch did. Hung this kid out to dry. Hung him out to dry.
For me,
rubbish.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but all I got to say on the kid is he for me was a 1 out of 10. Awful, but again, I don't really blame him for being that bad. He's not a natural right back, and I feel like again it's on Poch that we should really be looking to blood in a young natural right back there, not put somebody like him there who hasn't got the natural athleticism and natural ability to really function as a right back against somebody like a Trossard or a Martinelli coming off the bench. It doesn't make sense. He was a 1 out of 10, but again, that I put mostly on Poch.
When was Reece James injured? When was he we knew he was going to be out for ages, even before the operation?
The beginning of the season, like October.
Yeah, he got injured, then he came back, and then he got injured again.
That's the opportune time to start blooding another youngster. Another right back.
Yep.
That's the opportune time. So when it comes to that, we're not looking to put Disassi or Gilchrist at right back. There's another option there when Gusto is on there. Another thing Poch hasn't done.
Why can't we just look at like our reserves that actually are correct? So we've not got any reserves at natural right backs that play that role and like just give them. At least they understand.
We do. There's some kids doing well in the academy at right back as well, but the manager didn't want to trust them, and it was weird because we had a centre back like crisis in terms of injury. So I get that. Obviously, with Trevor Chalobah injured, obviously Fofana was out for time. We haven't to use Colwell at left back because we had a fullback crisis. But then it's like, okay, you have Gilchrist here, which can make sense as like another backup cover for CB, but get a natural right back cover. Don't waste our season playing Colwell left back, Cucurella right back, and all this nonsense. And then now the Sarsi right back and then Gilchrist right back. Like it's just pure nonsense. But obviously, again, I feel like we just need to get onto the midfield, to be honest, because again, we need to say a lot on Poch, but there's also things we need to say on these midfielders, because again, that was our starting pivot, and that performance against Arsenal is largely unforgivable for me, to be honest.
What I will say to you is, if you couldn't see that he weren't right, I'm sorry, because I was watching him most of the game and he weren't 100%, mate. I don't care what anyone says.
Look, I'll take Enzo. I'll take Enzo and be fair.
Well, I mean, okay. Sorry, Khalid, but let me respond to that, right? Let me respond.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because again, this is coming from somebody that rates Enzo highly. Before he even came to us, again, I was watching Benfica games specifically for him. Then he surprised me with how well he did at the World Cup, because I didn't think he was going to get many minutes. But obviously, he came through after they lost the first game, and he was a big part in turning around their World Cup campaign. So again, you all know about how he obviously came to us. He was pretty good in what was a shit season for us with Potter and Lampard and all of that, right? But this season, yes, it is clear that he's playing with an injury. And again, there's instances in the game when I'm seeing him drive up the pitch, see no options, which is a Poch issue and a system issue, and he has to turn back, play it back, and then obviously I see that he's then huffing and puffing, and that's 20 minutes into the game. And yeah, part of that is probably injuries. He probably can't train the same way to get in the same physical peak that he was at before. I get that. But at the same time, and I'm even watching the game now for a second time back. In the 32nd minute, I'm seeing him pulling up, like holding, like I think his groin area, right? Like I'm seeing these things. So I'll give him some allowance for that. But I can't allow like the lapse in concentration at times. Like even for the second Havertz goal, again, the fact that I'm saying that Havertz second goal that he scored against us, Lord have mercy. But again, the fact that Enzo would jump there the way that he did, that led to Havertz having all that space on his left foot, knowing that he's only going to shoot in his left foot because he's a very one-footed player. The way Enzo jumped out, that's a mistake that we would sometimes see J5 do, and we would scold him for it. And I'm sorry, Enzo, when you've come in for the money that you've come in for, I need to see better things like that. Again, the first 10 passes he tried to make in the game, he only made like 3. Again, for somebody of your technical ability, injury or not, you could have one leg for all I care. You've got to be making those passes. And again, you can't be performing like that when you're such an important part of the team.
They're not making runs, I'm sorry. Madwakey,
some of it is the runs for sure, but there are times where like guys are making runs and maybe they're not the best runs, but you can still just keep the ball. But you keep turning over the ball, and that was part of why Arsenal had so much pressure on us in the first 20 minutes.
Did you not see my stat earlier about the ball progressions and that in the team? Do you know him and Saka were our top two? Were the top two in the game in ball progressions and carrying?
Yeah, he was high for carries, and obviously for like actual passes, it was Badiashile, who again played some good passes, but also a lot of terrible passes, which is why I can't credit him for a couple of decent ones. But like I hear you, he was trying to progress, but for the amount that he gave the ball away for his level, again, his technical level, like it's horrible.
That's accurate. That's accurate.
Yeah. And just to end for me right on this, right? Like I said from the jump that I don't want him to be another Paul Pogba, and in reality, he's not even really that close to Pogba's level when he was at Juventus. Like he's a very good passer, but I think Pogba was better. He's a decent-ish athlete. I think people over-scold him for how much of an athlete he is, but obviously Pogba was a better athlete. I think only really what I can say attribute-wise that he's clearly better than Pogba at is obviously defensively, which again, I'm seeing some defensive lapses in his game, which shouldn't be happening. But like, again, I don't want it to be a Pogba situation where I can see that you're a super talented player in a dysfunctional team and we never get the best out of you. But also in that dysfunctional team, I can also see and criticize that you are not applying yourself the right way at times. And listen, I said it a couple streams ago when I was talking about how there's some players who are good struggle players. Gallagher's a good struggle player. If Rice was in us this season, we would still be in a mid-table battle. But Rice will probably be looking good because I can tell that he's a good struggle player. We saw it many times for West Ham. Enzo might not be a good struggle player, but I need him to give us more. He's a leader in this team. He cannot be performing like that. Because I said it even before the game. Enzo, please turn up, because I had a feeling he was going to have a stinker. And he had a horrible stinker. Injury or not, he needs to give us more. He has to.
I said it before. I'll keep it simple. Shit like the rest of them.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's zeros for everybody.
All this ball progression, I couldn't give a monkey's shit like the rest of them. You know what? And as soon as we get to Poch, the better. And don't put on his 5.
You have me weak.
A lot of it is the risk-taking football that we keep getting asked to play all the fucking time. I showed so many clips of how fucking spaced out the midfield again was, where you had Gallagher and Enzo flying up there again, and Caicedo over, and it's like, why are we playing?
I don't know why we didn't stick to the same tactics that we did against City. I just do not know why we didn't.
Jem, keep going through the midfield so I can cook that fraud, please.
Yep.
All right. I think you guys want to spend an hour like I did on talking Poch.
I really do. Let's
get rid of Caicedo first.
Yeah, go ahead. Go.
Same as Enzo. It was just he last couple of games. I didn't even actually think he played well even against City. I thought he was rash. Some of his decisions were not that good. He's just He started to go up a bit. Started to put on consistent good performances in the league. Last couple of games, straight back down. He's not helped as well by these tactics as well, and the slowness of the defense trying to get in the ball to the midfield really annoyed me yesterday. It's like we can't start properly, we can't counter attack properly because we're so slow progressing the ball to the midfield, and it's so far apart.
Yeah,
we're going to get picked off. They're going to get picked off, and that's the problem. And he's been exposed again. It was starting to be okay because we're having like a continuous two in the middle stuck together. We're starting to see some cohesiveness.
Pulled them away again.
Blown it all away in one.
He just fucking knobhead. Oh yeah.
Shit yesterday.
Anyway, anyone got anything to say on Caicedo before I go somewhere else?
Zero. Nah, I'm gonna be short and sweet. The midfield was shit. That's all. Zeros for everyone.
Yeah, I'd mark him marginally higher than Enzo. I hear that maybe at times his form hasn't been the best, but I feel like he's still showing some of his quality. But again, I feel like he's somebody who just is a bit of a system player in the sense that like he'll look bad now, but he can look very good under a competent manager, which again clearly needs to be changed in the summer. Like it's abundantly clear.
Keep Caicedo. Do not sell Caicedo. Do not sell Caicedo.
And also based on what we're seeing now, I can say that he's 100% not a bum. There's players in this team that are bums based on what they're doing, but I can say that Caicedo is not a bum. But he's going to continue to look like this with this manager.
Let me get this one. Let me get this guy right here.
I'd love to see him in a free midfield, a proper free midfield.
Same.
Thank you. Yeah, a proper midfield without this guy we're talking about right now, Mr. Conor Gallagher. My fucking Christ. You absolute disgrace, you bellend. I cannot believe you start from my big old club in 2024. Why, Poch? Why is this your favorite midfielder? This is what I've been waiting to ask about since the end of I waited till the end of the season. Waited till we had no chance to win a trophy, just in case this fraud somehow got an FA Cup or a Carabao. Now that we know it's not happening, why the fuck is this his teacher's pet? Someone tell me. Such an average player. At least with Mount had some GA about him. So I get why the managers kept favoriting him, and he had a workhorse under him.
Yeah.
But this shit here is a disgrace, man. I'm not gonna sit here and babysit Chelsea fans' feelings no more. Conor Gallagher is not good enough to be at this club. If you disagree, open your eyes. Remember the midfielders we used to have.
I think he's a better left winger from Saturday.
He's horrible. He's horrible in the wing.
No. That's why I said, why is this Poch's teacher's pet? He plays him on the wing. He plays him in false nine sometimes. Like, what the fuck am I watching?
No, in the first half of that Arsenal game, right? I said to you guys in the group chat, I said, why is Conor Gallagher keep taking Mudryk's positions? Did you notice it? He just kept falling into the left all the time. And then I saw Mudryk playing as like the fucking pivot.
That's tactical. There's no way he's just going to drift to the left magically all the time. Like, it's tactical.
Yeah, of course it is. It's all bollocks what he does. I don't care.
Yeah.
I just went through a thread from Euro Expert about fucking Pochettino and his tactics. But yeah, go on forward.
No, listen. I mean, you're playing a guy without the best football brain in the position where you need the highest football IQ, because like you have the free roam and you have to like understand times when you need to drop in and help the midfield pivot, because again they're playing against one of the best pressing sides in the league in terms of how Odegaard and Rice make it difficult for your midfielders to play out. Gallagher wasn't helping these guys, and obviously I'm gonna blame Gallagher. I'm gonna give Gallagher a 0 because he's doing so much wrong that affects the team. And it's like people will be like, oh, but Gallagher ran hard, he made a couple tackles and this, that, and that, and maybe he didn't do as many bad things on paper like an Enzo or Caicedo, but that's because he's not putting themselves in the position to help these guys. He's often hiding, and I don't blame him. I'm not trying to say that his personality to like hide from the fight or trying to hide from the game and trying to help the team, but he's just not that good at receiving under pressure and helping the team build up, which is how we play. We're not a long ball team. We don't have a 6-3 striker to hit up and then play off second balls. We have to try and play through midfield, but you can't play through midfield if your number 10 is a water carrier. It's just as simple as that. So of course he was a 0. Under a better manager, he could actually be a decent like squad option for us, I think.
Absolutely.
But, with this manager and with the way that the team's going to be, we probably should just get rid, cash in the summer and keep it moving.
Get rid, bruv. I've come at the right time, bruv. Get rid of this Dolph Ziggler waste, man. Pussy. Yeah? I told you,
Look, this Dolph Ziggler, man.
No. I'm sorry. I told you lot in the summer, yeah, we need to get rid of this guy because Poch is going to build his system around him, because we all know Poch likes guys to press, yeah? I said on my fan cam after the game yesterday, this brother plays like he's wearing size 14 boots and he's a size 10. Like they're too big for him. Do you know what I'm saying? This is no surprise why Enzo Fernandez can't find any fucking passes in the midfield, because when he's looking at Gallagher, he's nowhere to be seen. And he doesn't trust the guy, because every time he gives him the ball, he doesn't do anything with it, bro. He just slips. He slips everywhere,
he passes
bro.
it back to him. I showed it earlier. He kept passing the ball back to him.
The nasty thing is we saw in recent games what it was like having Palmer in the 10, and you have Chukwuemeka there that you can go to, but no, we keep it to be Gallagher. It's just nasty.
It honestly doesn't make any sense. And yesterday, I looked at the stats as well. Every single person, I believe, won the ball back once, including him. And everyone will tell you, Gallagher's needed for the press. Gallagher's needed for the press. At this point, it's literally just a script. People are just reading off a script. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well,
because when we played against Man City, Jem, he didn't play in the midfield, bro. And we managed to nullify their midfield. People would tell me, he's needed for Rodri. He wasn't in the midfield against Man City, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
Hey, Don.
This guy doesn't. People will say, Enzo and Caicedo can't work together. I'm sorry. For me, the biggest headache in this team is Conor Gallagher. He's the one that adds he takes away all the balance from our midfield because he does what he wants. Poch tells him to press and he leaves so many holes, bro. He does what he wants in the midfield, bro.
Did you hear what Poch said yesterday about, Palmer's the only person who can progress the ball or something like that? In the first 2 games this season, who did he start in that role this season before he got injured?
Carney Chukwuemeka.
Bro,
Are you telling me really Carney can't get minutes in that position? Is that what this coach is trying to tell me?
And offensively against Liverpool and West Ham until he came off, he was actually doing all right offensively.
Was it West Ham or Aston Villa he scored against and did pretty brilliant?
No, West Ham. West Ham. And after he came off, the game changed.
And the thing is, this manager backtracks. He contradicts himself so much because save
Poch. Save the Poch.
No. I'm not talking about Poch. I'm talking about Carney.
Okay.
I'm talking about Carney.
Carney.
Everything correlates together, Jen. So I'm gonna cross over. This manager kept talking about Carney, right? And he said, if we had Carney, if we had this guy, we'll be doing this, we'll be doing that. Carney's been back fit, right? And he doesn't get a single minute yesterday. Yeah, doesn't get a single minute against Man City.
I was shocked seeing that when I watched the game back. Shocked.
You're bringing back a guy. You're bringing a guy. Yeah, just I don't know what Cassidy even does when he comes on. To be honest, yesterday he looked like he was. He literally looked like he was playing on the wing. Yeah, he looked like, I can't lie to you. He's a tall brother. He's a tall brother, and that's what I told you lot. Yeah, this manager is obsessed with hype because he decided to keep Leslie when I fucking told you lot that this guy's not ready. Yeah, to stay at this club, and it should have been Santos who's winning duels for fun. Yeah, and would have helped Enzo Fernandez. And on top of that, Carney can actually help link the midfield and the attack. But no, let me play Gallagher there, and you're surprised that the attack's looking blunt as fuck.
What annoyed me with him? I'm going to end up going into him, and I don't want to. I'm going to stop. Let me just. We had 2 problems yesterday. The right side, but completely wiped out. But he decided to add another 5. So we move. But Mudryk, go on. What do you want to say? He played as a DM.
Don Cook Mudryk.
Hang on. Listen, Mudryk.
Don't want to defend Mudryk.
Bro, listen.
I've got another question for Poch. What made him think that Mudryk's performance on Saturday was good enough to start yesterday?
I think Sterling should have done.
What made him think this guy, like you said, he spent more time in the middle than out on the wing?
But then that's the thing though, Andrew. That's when you've got to ask.
It's another tactical thing that Poch did that didn't work.
Exactly, Andrew. The amount of times, I had the perfect view from where I was sitting. Yeah, the amount of times I'm seeing Gallagher and Mudryk swapping positions. Like 1 second you've got Mudryk on the left, then Gallagher's going into that hole. Then the next second you've got Mudryk going into the hole, then you've got Gallagher going on the left. I'm looking at him, bro. We all know this guy's IQ's all over the place. I'm looking at a guy that has no idea what he's doing, bro. No idea what he's doing. And I'm sorry, that's not all on the player. You got to look at the coach as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Yesterday was another poor performance from him. But I'm sorry, why the hell is this guy finding himself in deep lying positions as like a DM? Right? Jem, I was watching the stream earlier. He showed his average position. I went and checked it as well myself to see where he was playing. Bro, the heat map for Mudryk was in our own half majority of the game, bro. In our own half.
It was left,
you know what I'm saying? And that goes back to the point that I was saying about Enzo Fernandez. Every time he was getting the ball, he's looking up and there's no one making those runs in behind. Enzo Fernandez would be eating at a team like a Man City where he's got runners in behind, bro. Like a Liverpool running in behind, bro. Eating at Arsenal where guys are running in behind. But then you've got Mudryk when Enzo's on the ball, He's looking. I don't know whether Poch is telling him, yo, you got to invert a little bit and stay a little bit deep. I don't know if Poch is telling him, yo, running behind, and he's just not listening. I'm sorry. If a manager's telling you to run in behind, you don't need to be fucking a genius to run in behind. Yeah, that's just basic stuff. I don't believe that Mudryk. I don't believe it. Hold on, Andrew. Let me finish my point, bro. I don't believe, that Mudryk is failing to run in behind and just not understanding when to run in behind, bro. That has to come from the coach, bro. He must be telling these lot, to do that, because I'm sorry, that is beyond ridiculous, bro. That is beyond ridiculous. And the guy is so quick. He's so fast. He's so fast. One of his skills is going forward, and running at speed. Do you know what I'm saying? I find it hard to believe that he's that stupid in his head. He's that stupid in his head. I look at a guy like De Zerbi, for example, De Zerbi, when you look at how he builds up, he loves the left-hand side, bro. He loves it with Matoma. He loves it with Odegaard as well. I can imagine him telling Mudryk, yo, bomb on, go forward, and Enzo lobbing those balls. But with Pochettino, Mudryk seems to be wanting to play as a DM, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense to me, bro.
Look at Ruben Almiron with Marcus Edwards with Sporting Lisbon. Just look at what he asked him to play sometimes. Look what he's done with Gyökeres and stuff like that. My thing about this, wasn't there a report over the weekend that Poch was frustrated with Mikhailo Mudryk, like positioning or tactical awareness or something like that? So why would you put him in against Arsenal and ask him to do this type of job? This doesn't make any sense.
Andrew, one of the things Poch said, remember, it's time to prove we're not Cole Palmer FC, right? So some of these players that have been, misaligned or haven't gotten enough minutes, it's time for them to step up and show we're not Cole Palmer FC.
You completely change.
Yeah, it changes everything. Wait. Changes half the team, changes all his tactics 5-0 before the 80th minute. You love to see it.
But the fact that you even feel like you have to say that as a manager just shows that you're not a proper coach. He's not a proper coach. Again, like we've been saying, he's an archaic coach. He's just from a previous era where it's all about running, all about pressing, and that was like the new meta. The meta's changed. We've got inverting fullbacks. We've got all these different tactics and patterns and styles of play and things like that. So it's obviously different. And listen, Andrew and Don, everything that you said on Mudryk, I agree with, and I probably would have said myself. So you saved me half of my rant on this, because again, it's hard to really blame this performance on Mudryk alone, because again, you've got a low IQ 10 in Gallagher next to you, and then you've got Mudryk there, who we know is raw and hasn't learned about the game enough, and all of these things, right? But at the same time, I think it's also fair to just say that I am tired of this catfish. I am tired of this YouTube baller. I am tired of this IG model who finessed us. And again, we've all been there. We've all been there on IG. You talk to a little thing. They got their nice little caption. All talent isn't enough. Little nice picture. Yeah, all of that is nice. But then you meet them in person and it's just not it. It's really not it. And listen, even yesterday, you can probably find a couple of nice little moments. We did a nice little pass, a nice little dribble.
Forward.
You can find moments in the season. Wait, bro. Like, you can find moments in the season, even today, but you can find like moments in the season. You can make a nice little 2-minute comp and say, you know what? Wow, what a baller this guy is. Oh, next generational, all this nonsense. But like, in reality, bro, he's nowhere near the level. He doesn't understand the game at a level enough to be at Chelsea Football Club. Again, we're going to come on to Noni, who again was not great either. He's had a horrible 2 weeks in terms of PR and performances on the pitch. And yet I see way more from Noni. I see Noni giving us way more in terms of ball progression, creating chances, making things happen. And even he's not at the level. He's not at the level for my football club. So why is Mudryk here? Again, it's a shocking indictment on the club, on the manager about how he uses this guy, and also the fact that this player shouldn't be at our club. He should not be.
Yeah, bro, you're spot on. And like I've said already, Jem, just one last point to round up, yeah? Like I've said already, these men need to stay away from the Mudryks and the Maduekis, yeah? Leave those guys to the other teams like the West Hams and the Bournemouths. Let them do the little bit of a development for them, 2 years into the Prem or whatever, and then we go and grab them when we can see that they've got a little bit of something that we can sort of build from. Do you know what I mean? But end of the day, like I said, I look at it like Poch makes it very, very difficult for these guys to thrive. Very, very difficult. Yeah, I don't see Mudryk playing like the way he has at Chelsea at an Arsenal. Like I've said already, if he went to Arsenal, he would have been a much better player. Yeah, because he's in a better system, which is more cohesive, has clear instructions, and honestly has a better coach who's better at developing these players. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
I thought Madueke had some very good attacking moments in the game. He was, again, if you look at the map of the average position of a player in the team yesterday, he and Jackson were the furthest forward. He was actually next to Jackson, trying to pull off. But it's too many times with Madueke that he wants the ball at feet all the time to then turn and run. But I want him to make runs behind, and he doesn't want to do it, and it annoys me. And I'm like, brother, when Enzo's got the ball and he's trying to or whoever's got the ball and they're trying to. They see a space over the top and they play it. You got to be on your. He's quick. Use your speed, brother. like getting behind. You know, with Mudryk, he was God knows where he was. He was next to Kukurea on the map. We've already looked at that, but at least with Madueke, there was moments where he got the ball and he sort of done quite well in that Jackson chance that he created, where he cut inside and then sort of played him in. And I mean, we're gonna get to Jackson in a second, but you know.
It was a good pass, very good pass.
It was good little. I saw moments where I was like, okay, Madueke, yeah, but still, you can see even he needs more time to develop and this, that, and the other. But the system still does not help them as well. Like it's shit. It's shit. It is. It obviously is. You know,
Jem. He was, bro. I can't even lie to you, Jem. Yeah, listen, I was shouting from where I was because I was hoping this guy could fucking hear me, right? Off the ball in the first 20 minutes, he was disgusting, bro.
Yes,
he was disgusting off the ball, bro. Yeah, off the ball, he was moving like he couldn't be bothered. He does this thing where he walks as if he's bopping, as if it's just here and he's made it and he's world class. It really annoys me. He pulls down his shorts, yeah. He's got this like, I don't know, this ego where he's like, yeah, I'm the man. Bro, you're not nothing yet, bro. You're not nothing yet, yeah. And right now, you're at fucking Chelsea. So you need to act like it. Do you know what I'm saying? Off the ball, he was shocking, bro. There were so many times, like I've said already with Enzo, where Enzo's looking at him and he's not making that run. And then guess what happens when he's starting to get on the ball? He's looking dangerous, bro. And I'm looking at him, I'm thinking, yo, you're one of the most dangerous attackers when it comes to one-on-one in this league. Yeah? I will say that again. People want to try to cook me, whatever. I'll say that again. Clearly, it was clear to see this guy is dangerous when it comes to them one-on-one situations. But I'm thinking, bro, why are you not trying to get on the ball? This is a street baller. He's a street baller. That's what he is. And he's not trying to get on the ball. It doesn't make any sense. That's what I've got to look at mentality. And I'm telling you now, these man, it comes from the manager, bro. There's no way that any player is walking around like that with Pep. Pep will take you off after half an hour. Pep will take you off after half an hour, bro. Yeah, you ain't gonna touch the pitch again. Do you know what I'm saying? These men don't respect him. And I've already seen an article already that's come out to say that some of these players want Poch to stay. Of course they want him to stay because it's youth club when Poch is there. He's substitute teacher when he's there. He's a substitute teacher. These men can take the piss. I don't see Madueke having this lazy temperament with a manager that's got authority, bro. That's never gonna happen, bro.
Don, I tweeted that earlier. I said, if these players are playing like that when they love Poch, God forbid how they're gonna play if they hated him. Do you know what I mean? It's like
facts, bro. Facts, bro.
If they produce something like that because they like Poch, imagine if they hated this guy, how worse it would be.
Yeah, but the problem is
Madueke's problem is that he shouldn't be starting, right? Him and Mudryk should not be starting. But other players aren't performing as well. That's the problem. I find Madueke, the response since Monday after the penalty thing, the last two performances, you show that. I'm sorry, bro. You need to be on the bench. We need to have another winger, a starting winger, and he should be an impact player. An impact sub for me. I think he's got more to his game than Mudryk.
100%. And that's what I'm saying. Right now, he's playing. Like I said, he's playing. The way he's playing, he's way too comfortable. And it doesn't make any sense to me because at the start of the season, this guy wasn't getting any minutes, right? He came back from injury. He wasn't really getting any minutes. And right now, he's just playing as if like, I'm just going to throw this opportunity away. And it pisses me off because I rate him. And I can see the potential in him, yeah? And this guy's definitely going to, if he carries on, like, you know, like I said, sorting out his mentality and stuff, yeah, he can be a dangerous guy. Because let's be real about it. Right now, football is starving with his sort of profile. A lot of wingers want to invert. They want to go back. You don't really see any direct wingers like that anymore. So it's refreshing to see someone like Madueke. But I'm sorry, yesterday off the ball, bro, I was shouting at him. I said, Nonny, bro, fucking fix up. I'm shouting. I'm praying this guy can hear me, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't good enough.
Yeah, I think just quickly for me, like all I'm gonna say on him is just that, like, again, like I said, he's got more for me than Mudryk. He's shown more. But I'm worried that he's not going to actually end up being any kind of player, not just at Chelsea, but just in his actual career. Because I watched quite a lot of him in the under-21s, and he's got something about him. But again, the game's easy for him there. Where like he's the head honcho, he can do what he wants. He can get the ball in his own time and then pick it up and then dribble. And like you mentioned, Jim, he doesn't make a lot of runs off the ball, but that's never really had to be in his game. It was just enough for him just to pick up the ball and drive at players and do his own thing. But again, you're not Rafael Leao. You've not won a league title. You've not done big things in the game yet. You haven't got the clout to be just chilling off the ball. And again, part of that is on the management because again, they were just able to just do whatever they wanted in terms of the press and then have options of the ball. And then Rice was open, or Trossard was open, or Tomiyasu was open, and Noni was by none of them at any point. So listen, man, with Noni, I just hope he can maybe find a manager that can actually get something out of him. Again, I don't know if he's Chelsea level anyways, but certainly he's not going to amount to anything if he doesn't have a manager that can actually give him the right kind of freedom, but then also discipline him and make him refine his game and actually be a consistent threat, because flashes are not enough. And he's still got more flashes than Mudryk, but even his flashes are nowhere near enough.
Also, are we forgetting that he actually left Spurs when Poch was there? Do you know what I mean? When Poch was there, that's the time he left that club because he wasn't going to get anything. So what?
He really needs. I'm telling you, bro. Yesterday, that guy was pissing me off. Even at Wembley, he was pissing me off the same way, right? He was pissing me off the same way. I don't understand. Just going back to the midfield a little bit, I don't get why these man are trying to pop it about in the midfield as if they weren't getting clamped every 2 seconds every time they were fucking doing that. I kept saying go wide, but again, lack of movement up there from Mudryk and fucking Noni. It's a fucking joke, bro.
Well,
it's a joke, bro.
Playing in the middle with him.
Let me get Jackson so we can get to the main attraction.
Yeah, go on,
we're doing a lot of stuff. Forward, I hate to do this. You know, I hate to do this. Jackson, Surfer, who was the player you compared him to? You gave a really good analogy.
He is this generation's Solomon Kalou. The difference is Solomon Kalou had Didier Drogba, Anelka, and Florent Malouda to back, not as backup, but he was there. So you wouldn't
to support. Yeah.
Support. This guy has no one, right? I think he's a good player. Yes, he's not a striker. He's not a striker. He's not a prolific striker. He panics. You can see he panics. I know
inside forward
when he's in front of goal. He gets a panic attack when he's given time to think. He makes a panic. Look at that goal against Everton. That was just instinct. That Everton one. When he's actually got time to think, he panics, and that's the worst thing. But he is Solomon Kalou region. I'm convinced of it. The more I see it, it wasn't baby Drogba, it was baby Kalou in the summer. And then most of his fan base would have understood and not have this high expectation of him, which I don't know why they have anyway. So they didn't know about him until we bought him.
It was just pre-season that led to the gas, which is why people were gassed about him because he showed some decent finishes, but obviously his all-round game was catching the eye in pre-season. But
agreed,
he's raw, he's super raw, and we saw it. And again, not to take your thunder, Kali, but just in fact, let me let you go because you have something you want to say on Nico.
Oh no, I'll let you segue after me. The quick and dirty of it was just not good enough. It's like he has the Firmino buildup, and I really do stand by that. Like, he can make the attack click if our midfield was more cohesive and joint together as far as our pressing goes. Our pressing is so disjointed that we can't see a cohesive form of attack. But when he is on the ball, being in the box, he does very good link-up play. It's as soon as he gets in the box, like Surfer says, it's like he has a panic attack, like the anxiety hits him, the pressure hits him, and it's like he doesn't know who to make the pass to, whether to take the shot, where he should place the shot. And that's my criticism of him. If you're going to be a striker for my club, big boy, that's unacceptable. Now, if you put him in the inside forward position, I think we'll stop criticizing Jackson as much as we are. But if you're going to be the starting striker, he's got to hold that forward. He's got to hold that.
Just address some people in the chat. I'm not dissing Kalou, okay? But don't do revisionist history on me with Kalou when I watched him, all right? He was me. Do not do this. And also, someone put, Kesman's better than him. Kesman was a striker, a pure number 9 from the Dutch league, and he stunk up the Premier League worse than Jackson has ever did, okay, for that one season, all right? So I'm not dissing Kalou. I love Kalou, but he frustrated the hell out of me, just like Jackson is. But I had Didier Drogba, Anelka, and Florent Malouda, so his mistakes didn't frustrate me as much. So that's the difference.
Let me just piggyback off of what Kali was saying. And listen, you don't got to apologize to me, bro. Like, everything you're saying is facts. I was somebody that was like a fan of Jackson. I'm still a fan of his game in terms of like the link up play and all of that, the hold up play, especially for somebody his size. Like, he really good at holding up the play. Even yesterday, I could say that he was pressing well and like winning the ball back a lot off Saliba. Actually drove at Saliba a lot and gave him a lot of problems. So like that side of the game is good. His passing, I think, has been better than it was in recent weeks. I think at times he's given away sloppy passes, which comes down to decision making because, again, he's an inexperienced guy who's wearing a badge that's super heavy, a club with so much spotlight, having a lot of games on TV, everybody talking about you, tweeting about you, commenting about you, making memes about you. Again, we remember the Bournemouth meme of his goal needing, like, I don't know, the ball to be, the goal itself to be like times 4,000 for it to actually go in and all this nonsense, right? Like, so we've seen all of that. It's bad. But like, you need to give me more. And again, you can't call yourself a 9 and not finish. Because again, I get you're not a natural 9. And I get also that he would be more suited to being like a Firmino role where he can maybe get you 10-ish to 15 goals, maybe in a cohesive system. But he can never be the main man unless he's got gunmen around him. And of course, if Nkunku was fit, it would be more ideal. But it's not the case. you need to take up more responsibility on the pitch, especially when you're showing you're giving such bad energy, such bad vibes on the pitch with like how you're talking to players, how you're remonstrating with the referee, getting all these sloppy yellow cards, all these little things that show ill discipline. And again, with such a young, inexperienced side and players like him who have ill discipline, and again, the fact that he's given such bad vibes in general, which is making me become a less of a fan of him, even though I do rate him as a technical player. Finishing the side, obviously, he's horrible. But it's just disappointing, man. And again, somebody like him is going to need a proper manager and a proper coach to get the best out of him. Otherwise, you're going to see him continue to be an arm showing flashes of quality, but then final third and decision making and finishing, especially, is god awful.
The thing is though, yeah, like the sort of chances that he's missing are just unbelievable. They're unbelievable, yeah, and that's where I'm looking at it and thinking, yo,
Werner levels, if not worse,
bro. They're so bad, and that's when I'm looking at it and thinking, yo, what do you really do in training in regards to the finishing? Because the basics, bro. Why can't you just put your foot through the ball? Like, I don't even care if it doesn't look pretty when it goes in the back of the net. I don't care how the ball goes into the back of the net. The main thing is that you're scoring. Yeah, I told you lot before. I've told you lot all season. These lot try to make every finish perfect, bro. Like these lot, it's like they're waiting for like a mad compilation to put on Instagram after of a mad goal. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he's getting right there in front of the keeper. Instead of lacing it across goal, he's trying to bend it into the near post. Like, what type of technique is that? What type of technique is that? There's so many. This guy could actually be close to Haaland in terms of the amount of goals he scored this season. Honestly, if he was serious, he would actually be close to Haaland because the amount of chances he's had, big chances that he's missed, is ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous. Yes, I know he's not a good finisher, but I'm sorry, you're a professional footballer, bro. You go training every single day. Every single day, that's all you do. You get paid for it as well. Every single day, you go training, bro. Yeah, and you can't finish, bro. You can't even do the basic finishes, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It's time.
Let's go, because it is time to now get on to the...
Let me get first, please, I beg.
I want people to have a feast. Here he is. Enjoy.
I beg. Let me, because I got work. Let me make this so short and simple, and I'm just here to listen to you. Yeah, I want everyone to get their soliloquy out. Who would have thought this fucker here would be worse than Frank Lampard? Who would have thought, huh? Graham Potter. My goodness in Christ. I could go down the list. So Lars, I could name our worst managers under the sun, and they don't hold a candle to this motherfucker right here. The bullshit I have had to watch this season. Anyone that is over the age of 25, this is Chelsea's worst season all the way up until if you were 45. Congratulations. If you're 50 years old or higher, you have seen a season worse than this. Everyone else, welcome. The worst season in Chelsea's history. By stats, by the amount of goals conceded, he has the record in all the worst ways. 56 or 57 goals conceded this season. Do you know we went a calendar year without conceding 15 fucking goals? Nah, listen, I'm gonna make it quick and simple because like I said, I'm here for everyone else's responses. You guys try to tell me, and Don, you gonna hold this one for 2 seconds. You try to tell me this fucker was better than Tuchel. You remember that one? You forgot? No. Wait. I'm gonna give you the exact quote. Wait, Don. Let me give you the exact quote. I'm not gonna spread rumors. Let me give you the exact quote. Wait. I'm not. I'm gonna give you the exact quote. The exact quote was, he can coach an attack better than Tommy Tukes. You remember that though, right? You did say that. You did tell me that.
Bro,
you told me that.
Hold on. You're taking things out of context now, yeah? I don't remember saying that. But under Poch, we have scored more goals. But I've never compared this man to Tuchel. Bro. Never.
Okay. Never. Don, not Don. All right, the way to defend yourself, Don. I've heard many a Chelsea fan, not Don, tell me Poch is better than Tuchel. I just want y'all, and listen. I just want y'all to hold that.
I've never compared this man to Tuchel. The main reason why I wanted Poch, like I said, yeah, is because these owners have gone down the young route, right? They've gone down the young route. And when we had guys like Nagelsmann, when we had guys like Flick, when we had guys like Enrique, looking at Poch, like I said, having the Premier League experience of developing young players, I was like, he makes the most sense. Whether he can win us stuff, I said, bro, I'm the same as everyone else. I'm skeptical about that because he's bottled so many things, right? Jem would always talk about Poch tactically. And when Jem would speak about him tactically, bro, I would just listen and say, do you know what? We'll see what he can do. But what I expect for this guy, a guy with like 15 years experience is to be able to do the bare minimum. Yeah, there's never been a time in the Prem where Poch has played multiple people out of position, especially with young players. Do you know what I'm saying? This guy's been brought in to help these guys, and he's done the complete opposite of it, bro. I'll be real, he catfished me, bro. He catfished me. I gotta take that L because I wanted him, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna keep defending him because I don't rate him to that level. Anyone that's still saying, nah, keep him for another season, they clearly overrate this guy. I don't rate him to that level. I just think he's a decent coach that could have done a good job with these young players. And to be honest with you, I told you guys from the start of the season, he is creating his own mess and he's basically digging his own grave, is what I said. Yeah, and I said from the beginning of the season, we will not make top 6 if we carry on doing this. We're not going to build no cohesion, no chemistry, playing this many guys out of position. Do you know what I'm saying? The lack of trust in players because of height, because of this, because of that. You know what I'm saying? Talking about data, yeah, but look at the XG, look at this. No. Football's not played on paper. You know what I'm saying? Football's played on fucking grass. Yeah, there's only so much data I can tell you. Yeah, and what my eyes are telling me is that we weren't playing fluid football. Yeah, before Cole Palmer came into this team, the type of chances we were created with this manager was so bad. They were so bad, and I kept speaking about it because people were like, "Oh, you lot are losing games, but you're creating all these chances." I said, "Bro, go watch the games that we have here when we create these chances." Jackson barely gets any one-on-ones. The one-on-one chances that he was getting in pre-season, I am not seeing them anymore, bro. I'm not seeing them. I'm seeing scraps. Yeah, and when Cole Palmer came into the team, that's when I was seeing better chances being created. Do you know what I'm saying? And again, yesterday proved that this manager has been bailed out by Palmer on so many occasions. Like you lot have probably seen the thread on Twitter from
Cole
the Alex
Palmer
guy
FC, man.
You lot have probably seen the thread on Twitter from the Alex guy talking about Mbappe bailing him out when Poch was at PSG, yeah? And it legit, it's the exact same thing here. It's the exact same thing here. He has bailed him out so many times, and you'll get rivals coming on here saying, "Oh well, he's coached to win. Oh well, he's done that." Yes, there's been a few examples this season where Poch has basically been done by the missed chances. I can't excuse the missed chances, yeah. But over 90 minutes, this manager's in-game management is poor. Over 90 minutes, this guy's mentality is shocking. Do you know what I'm saying? Before the game even starts, his lineups are poor, bro. And let's not act as if we've had injuries to certain players every single game, bro. Look at Maatsen, bro. Me and Forward were begging, me and Ads, bro, were begging for this guy. Start this guy, bro. Now look at him, he's in the semi-final of the Champions League. Do you know what I'm saying? Levi Cole, one of the best left centre-backs last season. Liverpool were begging for this guy. Brighton were begging for this guy. Look at him this season, bro. Look at him.
We play him left back.
We play him at left back. We've got Ben Chilwell, a guy that needs to go back to Leicester, playing that left wing, bro. What's that gonna do for a guy like Mudryk who needs to get a little bit of confidence? And now he's injured again, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? This guy has dug his own grave. And people would tell me, yeah, but he should have got more experience. Yes, I agree with the experience part. But end of the day, you should have never taken the job if you weren't able to do it. Don't try and take the job. Don't try and complain now when you knew exactly the cards that you were dealt with. Do you know what I'm saying? I can't say there's only so much sympathy I can have with him in terms of injuries. Like yesterday, Palmer being ill, that's not Poch's fault. Gusto being ill, that's not Gusto being injured. That's not Poch's fault for whatever reason. Yeah, cool. But end of the day, what's your fault is for not bringing what's his name, Achimpong. I think that's how you pronounce it. Achimpong from the academy. Yeah, he's tall, like Poch likes. Poch likes tall players. He's tall. He's up and coming. He's a fullback. Yeah, and he's very, very highly rated in the academy. Why can't you just trust him like the way Klopp trusted Conor Bradley when Trent got injured? Did Klopp start playing a centre back at fullback because of lack of trust? Do you know what I mean? To me, it's a joke. This manager has not been brave. You know, he's got no connection with the fans. Wrong decision after wrong decision. I hate him for the fact that he sent Santos on loan again. Like I've said, he could have helped us because once again, Enzo's breaking down at the minute. Santos winning duels for fun, but again, he picked Leslie over Santos because of height. And then Leslie, when you look at him on the ball, he's another one that looks like he's wearing boots out.
And is not using Leslie. And is not using Leslie.
And he wasn't even using Leslie like that. And like I said to you lot, this guy wasn't even ready. Every time I'd watch him, I always felt like he had a mistake in him. It's very similar to watching Badia Shield this season. Every time I watch Leslie, I think he's all right on the ball, but he looks like he's got a massive mistake in him. And he plays in a key position because he plays in that first phase. Do you know what I'm saying? Santos, Maatsen were top 3 performers in pre-season. People would tell me it's only pre-season. I'm sorry. Pre-season is there for a reason. It's there to see the new players that you've got. It's there to see what system this manager is trying to implement. Yeah, it's not the be-all end-all, of course, but you can get an idea of what you can do with the players that you've got and what system you can build. But no. Ikuku goes down injured. Let me change the whole thing now. I'm gonna catfish you lot. He's a fucking spy, Gem. He's a spy, bro.
Hold on, Don. Let me respond to Josh real quick. Josh, we're not saying that it's about playing a kid or playing an experienced player. My point is, when Klopp won against us in that Carabao Cup final, he played kids, right? And they won the fucking final. What does that tell you? It tells you that the manager had an influence on the game to the degree that he won them the game. If it wasn't for Klopp and Virgil van Dijk, even with how shit we were playing, we win that Carabao Cup final. That's what I'm trying to say. What is Poch's influence on the team? Bro, what is Poch's influence on this team? What is our style of play? What is our main formation? Who is our starting 11? And don't tell me injuries are the reason why we don't know. Because in preseason, what I saw, and I'm going to give you my honest opinion from in person, what I saw in person was Poch had a plan A that was actually looking like it was going to work pretty well this season. A couple key players in that plan A got injured, and Poch shot the bed. Poch didn't know what to do. And I'm being honest with you guys. It's showing. He had his plan A, and it went to shit.
Spot on. And like Jem said, listen, this is why we can't keep this guy. People will say, yeah, but look at the injuries that he's had, bro. This guy, yeah, when we played, the first strike for me was against Wolves, yeah? When we played Wolves, he started Caicedo. He started Enzo. He started Nkunku. He started all these guys, bro, that he kept begging for, oh, we're missing this guy, we're missing that guy. Don't forget all these briefings we kept seeing. The owners think that the season would be different if they had Nkunku. I'm sorry, bro. Even Nkunku this season, he's been using him incorrectly as well, bro. He used him incorrectly. He doesn't know what to do with these, man. He has no idea what to do with these, man. And I don't trust him with the players next season because, number one, there'll be more injuries. Yeah? There'll be more injuries because the medical team is shit and Poch's training is too intense, bro. Too intense for these, man. These men are technical players. Give these guys rest, bro. They don't need to be doing bleep tests every single day, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Running about every single day. Pressing for what? Because when we go on the pitch, he wants to talk about, oh, yeah, they're tired. They shouldn't be tired then, innit? Against Liverpool, they're tired. If they're doing so much training, so much fitness, why the fuck are they tired? Why? Because you're making them run for time, bro. This manager's gonna go because he's gonna ruin everything in this club. He's gonna ruin it all, bro. I'm telling you.
Allow me, please, to jump off of the back of that because that segues perfectly into what I want to cook this manager on. Because again, I'm angry, like I'm vexed, but I always try to break things down analytically because I look at the game again, I watch games back and I assess things for what they are, right? And even after watching the game back, I then looked at our stats over the season and looked at every single time we played against teams off a 3 or 4 day break, right? And only in one of these games have I included a 5-day break where the excuse after we lost was that the players were tired, right? So I'm going to just go through all of our games. I mean, we played 15 games this season against Premier League opposition, so I'm not counting cup games against lower opposition. 15 games against Premier League opposition, and also the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup, which I counted as well. Again, against Premier League teams. So I'm going to go through it now. So again, after Wimbledon, 3 days later, we played against Nottingham Forest at home. If you guys remember, we lost that one. 3 days after, we played Brighton in the Cup where we did win. 3 days after that, we played Man United away at Old Trafford. Again, we got battered. One of many batterings that we've had away from home against a big team. Next, after that, 4 days after United, that same United game, 4 days after that, we lost to Everton away. Then let's see, 3 days after we played against Sheffield United, we drew against Newcastle in the Cup, I believe in the League Cup, where it was a pretty mid game. We got a lucky late goal, if you remember, the Trippier assist basically for Mudryk, but that was a draw. Obviously it's a win on penalties, but I count that as a draw. Next after that, we beat Wolves. We beat Palace 3 days after we lost against Wolves. Then we beat Luton 3 days after we beat Palace. So that's cool. Then after beating Preston 4-0, we lost to Middlesbrough. We lost to Middlesbrough in the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final. Cool. Forward,
do we have 3 games in a row where we won?
In the whole league, probably not. In the whole season, you mean?
I'm struggling to think the whole season. Maybe a Carabao Cup in combination with the league. Like
there might have been, and obviously there was a decent run of unbeaten games going into the City game and then the Arsenal game, but there's not many, right? Like, and obviously again, I'm just looking at games that we've played after a 3 or 4 day break. Because again, bear in mind, this is meant to be a top level coach. He's meant to be coming in to try and take us back into European football. Again, he's coaching us now without European football.
One game a week, by the way.
One game a week. A lot of excuses that we were hearing through the season, the players were tired, So let's look at all of our games after 3 or 4 days of this coach with a squad playing 1 game a week. When you did have to play twice in a week, let's see how you manage. So again, I'm only halfway through now. So again, I mentioned the Borough loss, cool. After we played Borough, we beat Fulham, cool. After we played Borough in the second leg, we then drew against Villa in the Cup. So that was a Premier League team, so I count that. After Villa, there was another short turnaround against Liverpool. We lost 4-1 at Anfield, got absolutely blammed. After that same Liverpool game, we had a 4-game turnaround. What did we do? We got slapped at home to Wolves 4-2. Cool. After Wolves, again, another game in short succession. We actually did go and beat Villa 3-1. Fair enough. Good win away. That was the FA Cup replay. Cool. Then after a game against Leeds in the Cup, we drew against Brentford away. You guys remember that when we changed our tactics to go 5 at the back against Brentford? Shocking stuff. We drew. After
just on the back of that, Thomas Frank said Chelsea haven't changed their formation. I think it was for like the past 23 games, but they did it for us. Were they scared? I don't know, but that was strange. That's what he said, by the way. Thomas Frank, his fellow colleagues, by the way, he said that. Carry on.
Hilarious. And the funny thing about that is then afterwards, once he took a while to adjust to it, because first off, we were like, all right, and we could see that they were kind of puzzled. They adjusted to us second half and they pammed us second half. And they could have even won that game as well. And what did we do to adjust? Hardly anything. So again, after the Brentford draw that I mentioned, cool. So then after we beat United, we had that great comeback late, Palmer, Magic and all of this stuff, even though they kind of bottled it. After that Man United win, what did we go and do to follow it up? We went and drew away from home against bottom of the table Sheffield United. Disgusting. And the last game, the 15th game, the 15th time we played against a team with a 3 or 4 day turnaround that was a Premier League team in the season. What did we go and do? Well, that was actually yesterday, after we lost against City in the semi-final, where they were a tired team and we didn't put them to bed. 3-day turnaround against Arsenal at the Emirates, we went and got absolutely blammed. And that altogether makes a 26% win ratio when we were 3 or 4 day turnover. Again, all of this is to say that this manager is a bum, he's a fraud, he's a disgrace. All of these things are because he hasn't changed and he hasn't evolved his tactics from back in the day with the Tottenham team where it was all about running and pressing, and that's great. And when they got further into being a Poch team, they got progressively worse. They got worse because the legs under them, they couldn't manage with European football and they couldn't manage all of these things. And they didn't have the quality. He didn't buy quality. He was just buying more legs to improve the team. So again, this is why Poch isn't good enough for us. It was horrible seeing the team that I hate most destroy me. Again, I've got 4 brothers who support Arsenal. 3 brothers who support Arsenal. It's not easy. This is not fun to see. Right? I was holding a lot of smoke in a lot of GCs, but the only silver lining I can take from yesterday was the fact that it maybe is just what we needed to. It's just what we needed for this board to say, you know what, he isn't the guy. Because I've seen a lot of ITKs in the recent weeks saying that maybe this manager can stay. And there was fans even saying that, you know what, maybe if we have a decent enough end to the season, maybe if we give a good showing against City, maybe get a couple of decent wins against either Arsenal, Villa or Tottenham, maybe he can stay. I was saying no, he's got to get gone. Even if he somehow win all of the games, I would have to see like some incredible transformation, which was never going to happen. It was just never going to happen.
Exactly.
Like I said, this manager needs to go. Hopefully this L is what we need to really get the wheels turning in the boardrooms and get the manager to go. Honestly, I want to see these board of directors go as well, because when Stanley, Stuart Lawrence, absolute bums, and what they did to build this team this season, a disgrace. So again, get these guys gone, but at the very least, get Poch gone. If these board of directors can somehow show that they can change me better and maybe recruit better, then maybe I can give them another chance. But Poch has to go.
This is the thing. This is the thing about the board. Yeah, it's good that you touched up on them as well. Yeah, because at the end of the day, they've been shocking in terms of obviously bringing in Poch. I do feel that obviously as their job, they should have done a lot more research around this time around with PSG, the breaking down of low blocks and whatnot. Because at the time, bro, I remember seeing that Alex guy put in a video up about how he's concerned about Poch at Chelsea because obviously the fact that he can't break down low blocks, right? But I'm thinking, surely this guy can at least do the basics. And I didn't expect this many injuries as well, in all honesty. Do you know what I'm saying? And obviously the missed chances, it's just shocking. It's shocking, right? But these 2 guys upstairs, I don't see them getting sacked, bro. I don't see them getting sacked. That's the only thing. What they need to do now is learn from their mistakes. If they're not going to get sacked, they need to learn from their mistakes, because what they've done is very amateur-like, bro. Very amateur-like. Let's not act as if they're at Brighton right now, where they're not able to attract top talent. Yeah, we're still a big club. Do you know what I'm saying? We haven't lost our medals just because right now we're in the mud. We haven't lost our trophies. We haven't lost our reputation. Okay, so our reputation's dropped right now because we're in the mud. But in terms of attracting talent, if we bring in 3 seasoned pros, our team is looking completely different, bro. Completely different right now. Do you know what I'm saying? So we are attractive to an extent, and depending on who the manager is that we bring in as well, he could potentially bring in some of his players as well. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's how I'm kind of looking at it right now, man. These men need to just make sure that they learn from the mistakes, because in life you learn from your mistakes, innit? It's the second year in now or whatever. Cool. I'm pissed off at them. It is where it is. They have brought in some good talent that I like. You know what I'm saying? The likes of Santos, the likes of Kendrick Pyers, and these sort of guys. But these guys aren't playing for us right now. As much as I like them, these guys are not playing for us right now. We need guys that are ready to play right now. Right now. You know what I'm saying? We need a striker right now. We need a new left back right now. We need a new spine right now. Do you know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing.
100%.
Right? Here's the thing I must say on it. I don't care about the age of the player. They just need to be good and playing. That's all they need to be. I don't like. You can get younger players that played for a season or two, but it's the quality now. It has to be quality now. I'm not doing potential shit anymore. It
needs to be experience as well, though.
It has to be experience. Yeah, experience. Whatever age you are, 23, 24, they can be experienced. I don't care. They have to be quality now. This guy, literally, when I think about an old saying that the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. And this is what this guy, the best thing this guy has done at Chelsea is pass the interview stage. That's the best thing he's ever done at Chelsea. The best thing. He gave the answers that you always give when you want a job. Yes, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I agree to do that. Yeah, I agree to do that. Listen. The red alert was there when he made Lionel Messi look mediocre at PSG. That should have been a warning label for everyone. Okay, that should have been it.
2022.
Yeah,
Andrew.
I know. Let me go with the site. Just focusing on, I believe we're in ninth in spite of Poch, not because of him. I think we're ninth and in position, ironically, still with this crap league, still mathematically in a position to finish in the European place, which is mad, given the season we've had and the rest of the league. Just focusing on, I would have thought yesterday's game, I don't really need to change much. I've got two enforced changes. I've got Palmer and I've got Gusto. Okay. So what does a normal coach do? They're not going to change the centre-back pairing for starters at centre-back. And they're not going to change their tactics after that. We've just gone up against the best team in the league to the second or nearly best team in the league. Let's keep the same tactics. No. I'm going to give a starting debut to Alfie Gilchrist, no problem. But I'm going to change the centre-back partnership to centre-backs who are coming back from injury or I barely play. That really works. I'm then going to, instead of keeping the midfield tight, I'm going to spread them all out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm not going to keep the same type of, not same type of player, but a player can do the same job, Chukwuemeka, and give him the game. I'm going to put Conor Gallagher back in there. And I'm going to put Mudryk on the left, looking like a winger, but ask him to play centrally. And I just really, someone said it before, this guy is trying to put 2019 tactics into 2024. And it doesn't work. It's nothing. He's not evolved. With his age, he should be in the conversation with the coaches that are having right now, but he's not evolved. He's gone down faster in coaching standards than like Mourinho has over the past 10 years. He's done it in less time.
You know what's so scary about him as well, Andrew, yeah? This Mr. Nice Guy front that he puts up, it hides for his stubbornness, bro. This manager is so stubborn, yeah? Because he clearly saw that fucking playing an imbalanced lineup is not working and it isn't helping the team play better. He clearly saw, but he said, you know what? I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep doing it. Like I've told you 1,000,001 times, insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. Do you know what I'm saying? After 5 games, you've dropped all these points against these teams. It's like, oh yeah, now I'm going to make a change. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh. Look what happened. Let me give you a prime example, yeah? Look what happened when we played Middlesbrough the first game. This brother played Cole Palmer as a 9, Gallagher in the 10 as always. We stunk out the place. That game was so bad to watch. That's when I gave him strike 2 after that game, right? The second game when we won 6-0, guess who gets dropped for that game? Conor Gallagher, again, gets dropped. And all of a sudden, the attack looks a lot better, yeah? And I'm not scapegoating Gallagher for all of this. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that this guy, yeah, has consistently depended on this man as if it's Iniesta, as if it's Pirlo, as if it's Zidane, and playing him in every single game when there's been better options there to help us play better. And I promise you now, if Gallagher was used as a squad player this season, we'll be winning a lot more games because we'd play better up top. We'd play better up top, bro.
Don, you were there, Don. I'm gonna say to you his subs yesterday, right? Chalobah on at 3-0 down, playing at right back, and then he had the audacity to bring Thiago Silva on at 5-0 down. What, to keep the score down? Keep the score down. What, 5-0? Don, did you see those? Did you see those subs? Were you still there at the time?
Bro, I was there, bro. And the thing is, you know so crazy about it, bro. I was watching Silva after the game, yeah, bro. This guy just looked dejected, bro. He looked like he was like, you know what? Like, I'm kind of happy that I'm leaving, to be honest, because this is an absolute joke.
I wanted him to punch Poch.
I promise you now, Thiago Silva will do a better job as a coach than Poch right now for the team. If we said to Thiago Silva, you're going to be a player coach to the end of the season, he'll do a better job. he will do a better job than Poch. Yeah, I said it a few weeks ago that what's his name? The guy at Luton. What's the guy? Rob. What's his name? Rob Edwards. Rob Edwards is a better coach. Yeah. Why is it that this Palace manager? I don't even know his name. Till this day, I don't know his name. Yeah. Vasna. Why is it now that when I'm watching Palace, I can clearly see a big difference between Roy Hodgson and him? Why is it now that a team that everyone knows Palace to be a team that just sit back and try to get you on the counter, now they're actually trying to play some football, bro? They're trying to play some
because he comes from a modern model, like in terms of the Leipzig model. That's where he comes from. And again, they are modernized. Poch isn't modernized, which is what we've been talking about.
Exactly. But the strange thing about him not adapting though, is the fact that when he was on this break and that year, when he got sacked from PSG and that year, every single time you're watching football, you see Poch doing punditry and talking about football. So I'm thinking to myself, bro, during that time, what were you really doing? Because as a manager, you should always be looking at how you can adapt and how you can better yourself, right? What were you really doing during that time? Were you just enjoying your millions? Were you just enjoying your millions and going back home and doing your barbecue, that stupid barbecue that he does? I don't want to see that barbecue at Cobham again. I don't want to see that shit again because this is not a youth club. Yeah? This is not a fucking youth club.
This is what I would say on it, right? And I've said a lot already. I've done an hour of talking about it. It actually made me just rage pretty much that hour. The whole, even looking at him is annoying me at the moment. The issue we have goes back to the board level because we had Potter. He came in. It didn't work. We didn't think it could get any worse than Graham Potter, right? When we got rid of him. We bring in this guy. We've regressed even more, you'd probably say, as we were under Potter. And we're not seeing any progression in any of the coaches that we come in. The issue now is that you sack him, which I think needs to be done. But then it's then allowing Lawrence Stewart and Paul Winstanley to then make the right decision. And whoever comes in, whether it's an Amarin, whoever it is that's in the list, Hansi Flick is another one I've heard pop up as well in the list as well. Whoever comes in, I feel like we're always like back to square one because they're going to need time to implement what they need to do again. They're going to need time to make sure it runs well and get their training routines in. However, the difference is with a modern / quality manager of this day and age, which we've seen clearly with Crystal Palace, is that once you change the model or you change the structure of how the old previous managers played, the players who can adapt to things very quickly, provided that it suits the profiles that you have. So we need to make sure that whoever we bring in next is someone that can actually understand what he's got, profiles, and then work out how he can get the best, not only on the plan A system, but these plan B systems. And he struggles with a plan A, but he has no plan B. And what Andrew said about the defense yesterday was a disgrace. I was swearing at the TV that he'd let us go 5-0 down and bring on 5 defenders just to stop them from scoring more goals, right? They need to get it right. He goes, you find the right manager, but that manager's got to be able to offer X, Y, Z systems, be able to show that he can do this, this, and this, and then work with them. But I do expect in a short space of time to see some sort of progression, understanding, and sticking to a fucking system, man. He doesn't stick to any system. He doesn't stick to anything because he doesn't know what he's doing. He's not sure. He just goes, yeah, and then goes, oh, well, we're in this position because of our injuries. We've got the lack of quality and this, that. This is his excuses every game. I'm not listening to it anymore. You could give him the full squad, and I said this earlier on as well. You could give him the full squad, and he would still fuck up because he would stick with it. He would always go, yeah, this one, that one, yeah. And he'd still ask them to play fucking high-risk terrorist football. And I call it high-risk. Because it's high-risk football that we're playing. Like, it can't... The risk-taking system that he asked Stansfield to play, you're not getting that from many other coaches, playing in that way. No way are they allowing that to have that sort of space in midfield. And whatever that plan or idea is, that is the way that he wants to play. There's no way in hell. You can't play... This high-risk system does not suit what we have. He is outdated, and to be quite honest, like Euro experts said, his systems and his profile, which is, if Don remembers when we were talking about it for all of you, I said tactically he's going to be a problem. He's going to be naive. He's not going to understand how to break down low blocks. We're going to have all these same problems. Yeah, what have we seen in the last fucking full season? All the things that we were worried about. It's the truth. We have. So get rid. Find someone that can come in, understand the profiles of what systems to maybe work with them on, stick to one and maybe have a plan B, but then just, be rigid about it. And I know you get injuries. I understand you get injuries as well, but just, train them into it so they'll understand what they're fucking doing and get the best out of them.
But what Chelsea fans also Chelsea fans also have to get out of their mind. If you don't rate a manager and you come up to the excuse, oh, no other manager could do a better job or something like that, that's not a reason to keep Poch.
No, it's not.
It's not a reason, okay? We've seen it in this league. How many of these managers that are not big names or you hadn't heard before, just this season, are proving how much coaching matters? 18 months ago, hardly any of these Aston Villa players were rated by any fans.
Yeah.
By any fans. John McGinn. No one wanted John McGinn. Who the hell wanted John McGinn 18 months ago? And stuff like that. That's the point. The Raiola at Bournemouth, he's got Solanke scoring 18 league goals this season. Gary O'Neill at Wolves. Okay, they're 11th. Where do you expect them to be? But he got the job 6 days before the season started. And now he's been linked to jobs like Liverpool and stuff like that. Crystal Palace. Glaston's come in like a month ago. That's the last time Crystal Palace scored 5 against anyone that wasn't a lower opposition in the FA Cup or something like that. Poch is arguably one of the worst 3 coaches in this league. He's arguably one of the worst.
He's right there with Ten Hag and those people like that who are just absolute frauds. And listen, I'm with... No, 100%. Listen, with me, is like, again, I'm glad things like that have happened because ultimately it just makes it easier for people to see, not outside the club, but hopefully inside the club, that this guy isn't good enough and he needs to go, because what we saw was a disgrace. What we saw was an absolute disgrace. And you're talking about the risks of this football, Gem, like the risks of what this football is, and it's all this running and they're going to be risking players getting injured and all this stuff. Honestly, we're risking riots, bro. Like, we're risking proper riots at the bridge, because if we see anything like this at the bridge, even a hint of this at the bridge, the fans need to riot and need to revolt and show that this isn't good enough. Again, I'm disappointed by the fact that there hasn't been, not maybe say let's say riots, but disappointed by the fact that there's been lack of protests, lack of like actual coordinated protests, and like just something to just show that the board that this isn't acceptable at our club.
We've been saying this 3 or 4 weeks ago, didn't we? Oh, we're going to protest. We're going to do this. Nothing.
The thing is, ads. Yeah, where it is, I think obviously, look, there should be a listen. If people were to protest, I wouldn't disagree with them in it doing it. Yeah, me personally, I'm not. Yeah, if they want to protest, they've got every single reason to. Like I said at the start of the season, when you had bare people at the start of the season saying Poch out already, I was like, listen, I'm gonna give him a little bit more time. I'll be a little bit lenient because of the injuries. Let's see how it plays out. But I've got nothing. I've got nothing to defend him. For you lot that are saying get him out, I can't even say anything because I feel the same way, right? But what it is right now, is what was I gonna say again? Oh yeah, that's it. In the summer, with these owners, in the summer, they're gonna show us if they really mean business, bro. They're gonna show us if they've really learned from their mistakes. Yeah. If it's the same nonsense again, we're just seeing nobody's coming in and they're just raw and they look good on clips and that's about it, then we're finished. We're finished. But if we can clearly see that they've changed the model, they've changed them, no pun intended, because I keep seeing this thing on Twitter or whatever, but they've changed the model. Yeah, because if you're going to bring in young players, like I said, bring me some polished players that are ready now. I don't care about age. No one talks about Cole Palmer's age. No one talks about his age because they know how good he is. Do you know what I'm saying? Bring me some refined guys that are ready right now. Yeah, and some proper seasoned pros. Do you know what I'm saying? That's this summer they're going to really show us. They're going to really show us. Do you know what I'm saying? Then if they fuck about, like I said, you're going to see a lot of protests, bro. A lot of protests, bro. This season was a season of learning. Last season should have been a season of learning, but this season is even further learning. This is like
I hear you. I just feel like for me, like we've already seen enough to like have serious protests again, based on where we've fallen from. A few seasons ago, we won a Champions League, and then we have now back-to-back mid-table finishes more than likely. And again, we saw Palace ironically protest seriously at the Emirates. They had a coordinated, planned protest, and they did it. And a few weeks later, I'm not saying that was all that needed to happen for Roy Hodgson to be sacked, but at least it just showed something. And we don't even do that. And again, we saw with Palace. But a few weeks later, Hodgson was sacked, and now we see them playing much better football with a proper coach. So again, for me, I just need to see that this guy is going to go. Because again, little things like the fact that he's scheduled right now on his calendar, he's meant to be at the bridge, I think a few weeks after the season finishes, to be part of to be one of the managers for a soccer aid game or some sort of charity game. I'm like, why is he meant to be at the bridge when he should be getting sacked? He should not be allowed anywhere near the bridge. He should be barred. Again, as a Tottenham man, he shouldn't have been allowed anywhere near the bridge because you got given the manager job. People thought you were good enough. I was willing to give him time, even though I didn't think he was the right guy for us. But now he's shown he's a scrub. He should be given less time than anybody. And now he's scheduled to come back to the bridge. It's crazy. And one last thing I want to say as well. One last thing I want to say as well, that again, you're making the point, Andrew, about like how so many coaches have shown themselves, and people are like, oh, what? You're saying that people are like making an excuse that we should just give him time. Maybe he needs time and give him a second season, all of this stuff, or let him see out the season. Like again, How many top clubs have we seen announce that their manager is going to be sacked at the end of the season? Like, we've seen it with Bayern, we've seen it with Barcelona. Again, why we haven't done that is shocking to me. But I think for me, what I've seen in this fan base that really frustrates me is the fact that a lot of fans are like, oh, we don't want to have another season where we sack a manager mid-season and then it gets worse. And it's like, we've only ever seen that once, and that was with Lampard. He was obviously a shocking appointment to make at the time, with a group of players that were demotivated. Again, other than that Lampard interim management, which is obviously awful, whenever we've had interim managers, it's usually been good. Again, look at the whole league. Whenever they bring in interim managers, on average, it always goes up. Always goes up. So why are we persisting with a manager that's horribly underperforming on the pitch, and also in the press conferences is not giving us the right things we need to be hearing? He's making excuses. He's not taking accountability. He's saying stupid things that you wouldn't even accept at even Tottenham, let alone Chelsea Football Club, 2 Champions Leagues, one of the biggest clubs in the world, biggest club in London, and we're accepting this mediocrity. It's a shame, and we cannot allow it to keep going on. Otherwise, we will end up like Arsenal were for 15 odd years without a league title.
But here's the thing, right?
20 years, sorry. They're 20 years. I'm probably going to be more, by the way. But they're not winning the league this season, them fucking scrubs.
2 things for this guy. He's arguably the worst manager for expectations. He's worse than Lampard under both his stints at this club. I think he's worse than Lampard because of what expectations. Yesterday,
100%.
Yesterday, he had the nerve to come out. One of it is excuse for not playing Chalobah and Thiago Silva. Oh, they needed resting. Then why the hell did you bring them on? Why the hell did you bring them on if they needed resting? Well, it's something, but he's never asked. He's never asked at these press conferences. Why did you do this?
That's another issue. We haven't got good reporters that are in the press conferences to ask the right questions, which is another frustration.
You know, so mad. What was that question? That what's the name? Is it Saraya?
Yeah,
Saraya. The mixed race girl. Yeah. What was that question she asked him again? The tactical question she asked him. Yeah. And bro, I can't lie. I'm good at reading people's body language. Yeah. I can't remember exactly what it was that she asked him. She asked him something, was a tactical question, and he started smiling and laughing like some moron before he
condescending.
Have you guys seen the video?
He started doing all of that, Jem. Yeah, Jem. Hold on, let me just make my point. Yeah, bro. If you read his body language, yeah, that was a man that was feeling uncomfortable in that situation because he knew tactically, yeah, he fucked up. Do you know what I'm saying? He was all smiling, he was all touching himself, like feeling a bit uncomfortable because he knew
no one would ask him that before.
Exactly, no one would ask him that before. Do you know what I'm saying? He knew, yeah. Oh shit, I'm being asked something tactically right now. How can I answer this? I need to go back.
If you find this video, send it to me. Yeah, send it to the group chat.
I know we want to go on and on about Poch, but I need to tie it up as well. We've been on for like 2 hours and 45 minutes as well. But
he had the nerve to be angry on the side yesterday, Jim. He had the nerve to be angry.
I know. I saw his face. Actually, what annoyed me with his face was his hands fucking crossed.
Oh, Jem, I've got to go up in a sec. Yeah, I've got to go up in a sec. But she asked him about Conor Gallagher's positional change against Sheffield because he played him at left wing, and she asked why did you do that? Why did you do that? And he started talking about, we added, sometimes we've played people in certain positions to add more balance to the team. And I'm thinking, bro, it's doing the complete opposite of that. You adding him at left wing when he's a fucking centre mid is adding less balance to the team because he's not a winger. Do you know what I'm saying? But boys, I'll go a dip because I got to go back up. I got to go back up, man. Love.
There's another video. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It was on Twitter. And he's sitting there with 2 guys. I can't remember whether it was for BBC Sport. And they're asking him to explain tactically how he deploys us. I have never seen the most and they look confused. By the way, they didn't have a note. No one could understand what he was going on about. He was trying to explain.
Did he say that style of play didn't matter or something in that video?
It's about like the care being one with the players and them under. That's ain't weird, but I didn't understand it. But I've never ever been as angry with a manager. I thought I couldn't get any more angry as a manager than I have with this one. This one is
that's amazing, isn't it? That's amazing.
This one's really killing me off. And people go, all you do is blame Poch all the time for all games. I'm like, are you fucking mad? Are you watching the games? Like, it is atrocious. Like, from top to finish, doesn't problem solve, no system, no patterns of play, no plan B, no fucking balls, no fucking winning mentality. What else more do you want me to add onto the list? Because I can continue it. Like
I think that performance last night. That was an image of our manager. That performance last night.
Yeah, it was. And on that note, we've got Aston Villa on Saturday. We're going to try and get a match preview in on Friday, which we'll see. But I'm meant to be doing on Friday, which I'm not really looking forward to doing. I might see if we could just do a match reaction, but we'll see. Guys, make sure you smash the likes. It's been a good show again. Unfortunately, it's not the greatest of shows in terms of Chelsea, but we'll just see what happens.
Good for
over
numbers,
the weekend.
though. Good for numbers.
Yeah, it was. We had nearly 300. We had 300 people there today. I mean, Potter got sacked on the Aston Villa game last time. We've got Aston Villa next. Who knows? Maybe Aston Villa will,
I think just to end for me, I think people do probably appreciate that. We can obviously have our rants and our raves because again, we're all emotional Chelsea fans. We all want better for the club, and we can appreciate that this is shocking by our standards. But I feel that people do appreciate the fact that we can actually break things down, be analytical, not just put it all on Poch. Even though obviously a lot of what we saw yesterday was on Poch, but the players we hold accountable. The board we also hold obviously accountable because they're the ones mostly to blame for the mess that we are in. So I think people do appreciate it. Hopefully we're not having to continue doing this next season. We can do happier streams. But we'll see, man. We'll just take it game by game, man.
What is happy at Chelsea? Because I don't know it anymore. I haven't been happy for a long time, man. Not been happy for a long time.
Yeah. I was happy last Monday when we won 6-0, but that was it. That's the
that was just a little dose of actually having a break of absolute blooming. I don't even know what you want to call a shambles of a season.
Actually, Jem, there was one thing I took from this game that made me happy. That it was on Tuesday. That's it. So it's earlier in the week. I can get rid of it. That's the only thing that made me happy.
Guys, big up to yourselves. Take care of yourselves. Leave your comments below. We'll be back for the Aston Villa one. Let's see how he performs. See how he sets us up. Let's see whatever he's got to say. Even though I'm not interested. Anyway, big up, guys. Take care of yourselves. Peace out.